beating in my ear.
Oh, we got a round of applause.
We got a round of applause now. Hey.
That's lit.
Welcome to Real Shit Talkers. It's Matt.
What's with the? Why are you missing the dragon?
It's
All right, fine.
It's the
There
motherfucking
you
dragon, Matt.
I always wanted to know what's like the story behind the dragon.
All right,
We'll go into that. We'll go into
All
that.
right, and then across from him is, as you know, Gentleman Jack, and today we bring the one and only
John.
he's the star.
The star, man.
There
John
you go.
Star, yeah.
Yeah. It's, shout out to you, John, for coming in.
Appreciate you.
What's going on, guys?
Not much. How was the week, first off?
Oh, so we're gonna just have a regular convo, guys. How's the week?
Yeah.
Highs and lows, but did you really just put in a laughter track?
Thank you, live. Thank you for the studio audience. What, bro? It's official now. It's official now.
No.
That's pretty
Yeah, I'll put the applause sign on the top of the thing. That's hilarious. The week was pretty cool. I mean, really nothing happened. I've been in this weird zone lately. Stop. I'm a fucking cancel. I'm been in this weird zone. Like it's too mellow. Like
Everything's going too good.
Everything's no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because I'm not. Everything isn't going too.
Nah.
Good. But I've been too chill. Like,
okay.
I've just been relaxed.
Just cruising.
That's not a bad thing.
I know, man, but I just been
instead of having a crazy hectic week. You know?
Like even when the bad things come, I'm like, whatever.
I don't know. Matt thrives in the crazy though.
I know that's what makes me worried because I'm a guy that thrives in chaos. Like when things get crazy, all of a sudden I start zoning, and I'll be like, yeah, I could get this done. Bop, 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 bop. But when things are like chill, I get a little nervous because I'm too chilled.
Something's gonna happen. It happens to me. Like
I mean, of course something's gonna happen. Like this happened a month back or whatever.
Okay.
And I got into the thing, and then something crazy happened, and then we had to worry about it, and then I went back into my chill mode again. I never rode it for this long. This is a long ride.
What is it, a week now?
Like 2
weeks.
2 weeks.
I'm trying to get like that, man. I know if I have a rough week, I'm like all over the place.
Yeah,
you know, I'm trying to be chill.
But I do a lot of stuff in a week. I'm talking too much. Go ahead, Joe.
Me, to be honest, it wasn't that crazy this week.
Yeah.
I worked. Normally, I two jobs. I do my work, side work, and then also being a dad. It wasn't too hectic. No. Except my daughter now wants more attention. I'm like, I got you, but at the same time, like, don't just jump on me. Like you're 4 years old and you're throwing yourself on me. And I remember once I was laying on the couch, not even laying. I was sitting down with my legs up, and she just jumps on my knees. I'm like, you can't do that. You'll break my. You're gonna laugh at my knees breaking.
We're getting older now, man. You can't be doing that.
Right?
You know?
So she almost she almost broke my knees. I was like, baby, you can't do that. She's like, but I want to lay with you. I'm like, fine, lay down next to me or ask me. She's like, fine. So now she's asking. Now she's good. Giving her mom attitude. So I laugh at that because that's the same attitude that her mom gives me. So I'm like, here, you started, now you have it.
That's pretty dope, man.
Terrible person.
And what about you, John?
Yeah, man.
In the gym, man. In the gym.
Yeah,
that's
going
pretty
on with
much,
you,
man.
Let the people know who you are.
That's right, Matt.
I'm just a guy trying to get it, man.
Biggest one anymore.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not even that big, man. I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
never intimidated.
I come in peace, bro. I'm here. I mean, I'm showing love. You know what I'm saying?
We got it.
You do know what I do on a daily basis. Forget it.
You practice.
Yo,
That's
so
what it is.
Now that you mentioned, I actually followed you last night. You know, Jack is my guy from high school and stuff like that. But yo, respect to you, man. I didn't know you was into jiu-jitsu and all that stuff.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty dope,
Did
man.
I see. Drop a bomb.
Yeah, bro.
Like, so drop a bomb, man. Okay.
Are we gonna start doing sound effects on this show now?
Yeah, motherfucker. What do you think?
You gotta teach me a couple things.
All right, I'm with it.
Motherfucker want to test me and shit. I gotta.
Yeah, but definitely, man, we could get hooked something up and we'll get
sure,
together. But thank you for that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, what's going on with your life, man? What
just trying to get it, like I said, man. You know, take it day by day. You know, I've been hitting the gym. You know, recently single, so you know, I'm not really looking, to be honest with you. I'm trying to like really focus on me right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. You know, I lost like 27 pounds, man. It was
afterward. They say.
It'd be like that though.
They say heartbreak creates bodies or something like that. Heartbreak creates. Yo, I remember when I went through this bad break. When I finally got over the breakup, I was just like, I remember the homie had this dumbbell, this long barbell, just in his downstairs in his basement. I just started hitting it, and all of a sudden I was. What? You couldn't tell me shit.
That feeling is unexplainable.
My V-necks was down to here, chest was sitting my fucking neck.
I ain't get there yet, man. I ain't got the V-necks like that,
but that's only when you're like, when you know what you.
Was that the North Carolina Depression time?
Yeah, North Carolina Depression. Yeah. I came back up here looking crazy. Like I just looked like I had.
You just came out of prison.
That's all it looked like. Every time.
Yeah, the prison workout, right?
Dude, I remember when I did get locked up and I came out, I was so cut the fuck up. It made no sense.
Calisthenics, bro.
Dude, that's all it made.
Your body weight, man.
I have to like go into too much. Whatever, who cares? I don't care. You guys know. But I didn't. Whatever. And the guys in there, I used to be bugging. I was bugging out. Mm-hmm. So of course, I think the worst. And I'm behind like, closed area. I was slapping people for no goddamn reasons, right? So I was just
like fucking like giving chops, or
you even looked at me weird. I'm just I'll just
hold
hit you with that, just hitting you, just stupid, just being dumb, right? They was like, "Oh, we're gonna put you in solitary." I was like, "Please, like, I can live in my, I'm good at living in my head." So whatever. I came out. The dude was like, "Listen, dude, stop fighting before I gotta put you in the chicken soup." You ever been?
Nah, I personally I haven't been
Marv.
Like that, no.
That shit throwing me up. But that's so funny though. But good. Make sure.
Nah, yeah, I've done some dumb shit. He'll tell you. I've done some dumb shit.
We'll get into a couple things.
That was some falsely accused and shit, but I couldn't beat it. Just couldn't. It happens. Everything happens. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do the crime.
But you did the
time. But I had to do time.
It's all good, man. Shit. I mean, you didn't 6'9".
Right.
Okay.
No, I ain't 6'9". You know what I mean? Like I ain't snitching on nobody.
I
ain't know nothing.
Respect.
I don't know nothing.
Nope.
My man Jack.
I'll do it right. I'll tell you right now.
We'll talk about that in a second. But it's like, what was I saying? You asshole. This
what?
Is why I don't have.
It's not my fault.
Yeah. So the guys was like, yo, just do workouts, whatever. So when I was in there, all we did was pull up on the tier and push ups and crunches and sit ups. That's all we did for hours. Do you understand? Yeah. Hours.
So how long were you guys allowed out? Because the prisons that I worked in for doing electrical work, they're given like an hour a day.
Okay,
and they're
so
locked
it really
up 23.
depends on where you're at. Like if you're like in Berg, say if you was in county, right?
Yeah.
If you're in county, right? Let's just use county for example. Berg County is like the upscale version of any jail you probably want to be in, right? It's still jail, but any prison you want to be in. But you're out of your cell and you're moving around and stuff like that most of the day. You probably get like an hour to 2 hours in this contained courtyard. It's not even a fence. It's in the building, but it's outside. Like they have a shit.
So it's like the center,
yeah.
A courtyard.
Yeah, it's a court. It's a basketball court, but it's still surrounded by walls. And there's like a little bit of light that come in. You know what I'm saying? Because you are outside technically. You get what I'm saying?
Outside
yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. So you do these you play basketball out there, and they give you these Chuck Taylors that have no sole, that have straps, because of course you don't want those shoestrings in there. You have straps, and I mean when I say no sole, dude, you don't know how to throw a real layup until you're throwing a layup in one of those, because it feels like your foot is literally on the floor. I'm gonna kill my.
You're gonna point to that.
I love it.
I like it.
Like it just feels crazy. But yeah, I almost rolled my ankle at least a few times tonight.
You still have those shoes?
No.
Why not, man?
They didn't give it to me. That was for prison.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I thought you get to keep that.
Nah,
I wouldn't know, man.
No.
A lot of my boys in jail and stuff like that.
I would think they probably reuse them.
I seen a couple of jumpsuits. They don't give you that?
I would think they reuse them.
Yeah.
They probably wash them and then.
One of my cousins I saw numbers. I don't know if that's fake or.
What numbers?
Yeah, like
numbers are real.
No, I'm saying like, but he brought it home. The suit, like
he
the
brought
jumpsuit.
home the suit.
The orange, yeah, the orange.
Oh, I never heard that, yo.
Nah.
It depends where they'll let you keep them.
I guess.
I don't know, man. Maybe it was a Halloween costume. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, Halloween. Your cousin.
Nah, I really don't know. I don't know.
A prison jumpsuit. Your cousin.
Never know, man. I gotta talk to him. I gotta figure out. I do know he did go to jail. One of my cousins. I ain't gonna say the name.
Well, it's not definitely not a place humans should be in. It's terrible. Yeah. It's terrible. I think like when I seen jail, the first night I heard somebody get raped, and I was like, oh, I'm beating people up. That's just
is that why you just smack people in the head?
No, I'm not. No, I'm beating people up. I didn't want to hear. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I don't want to know nothing about you. I don't want no friends. I ain't want nothing. Just leave me alone because I'm beating people up. Because that was the first thing that first night they let you in. Let's say they put you into pop, right? Or population. They put you in the, and then all of a sudden, like, you're just, that night, lights go out because they brought us in probably like 7 o'clock. And then, like, I think it was enough time to get something to eat. And then they put you in. And that night, as soon as they hit those lights, I heard somebody, stop, man, stop. I was like, oh, no, this is not happening. And you hear it. And you hear other guys like, oh, shit. Oh, somebody getting a nut. I'm like, what the fuck is... Nah, son. That whole night, I was up like... I was just ready. I was in the room by myself.
You think that's what led to you just smacking people up?
Dude, that led to the extra smacks. But, yeah. And then put me in solitary. It was fun.
I never get tired of hearing your life story. It's hilarious to me.
I got too many of them, man. So when I go through the line, you're just like, how many lives this guy lived? Too many of them goddamn things, yeah. I don't know.
But you're here, man. You know,
I know,
doing positive things.
Doing
here,
positive
man.
things. Talking to the people.
Saying? Yes, sir.
Man. But you were saying that what job field are you in?
So right now, I work for a company called DTCC. It's a financial company. I do like access control and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to do other things. You know, that's an opportunity that was given to me 5 years ago. So, you know, 401k benefits, all that stuff, you know, they're good.
Nice.
So, you know, it's a job, you know what I'm saying? But it's not my career.
Right,
you know?
Right.
People make it a career, you know, in my field. You know, there's people that, you know, they
what do they do in that field? If you
it's a like financial company. So deals with every transaction that goes from the stock exchange, the actual stock exchange in New York, goes through my building. So they have like paper stocks and stuff like that. So you know, all that electronicals. So we have actually a vault in my job, but you know, I ain't gonna tell you on the floor. I told you too much. You know, there's a vault in there, but you ain't getting past it.
I just been trying to get into stock. I've been learning a little bit more and more about it.
Yeah.
It's when the more you dive deeper into it, it becomes a beast. Like, you know, it comes like, wow, there's so many different ways to try to get money.
Yeah, for sure. That's something that my father always tried to like get me to like learn about and stuff like that. I just kind of was just like, whatever.
Well, that's what I'm doing with my younger brother right now. And my sister. I'm not getting through to my sister. She rather have a Gucci wallet with nothing in it or a $10 wallet with $290 in it. And I try to explain it to her. And then same thing I told him when he first started learning about it. My younger brother used to like Jordans.
If you see me do this, it's just because I'm writing
right.
something down.
My younger brother likes Jordans.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, there's no reason to buy Jordans. If you buy a pair of Jordans, you're literally buying a depreciating asset at this point. But rather than spending the $250 to $300 on it, a stock in Nike is $75.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, I gotta learn more about that.
So you can buy Nike. Like there's this 11-year-old kid. Now I think he's 14 or 15. His mom told him, like, until you can buy a stock in the type of sneaker you want, I'm not buying you the shoe.
That's pretty dope.
He bought the stock. Then rather than buying a shoe, he bought another stock. He kept buying stocks. And now the checks he gets from it, he can buy his sneakers.
That's pretty dope.
So, and a lot of people, and I was actually talking to someone recently for retirement purposes, right? A lot of people think once you have $1 million, you're set. In today's society, you won't. And by the time we're able to retire, you need about 10 mil. Right, and I want to get to the point where the money that I have saved aside and my life insurance, my pension, my 401k, my annuity, and I have all of these that are there. What I want to be able to do is live off the interest. That's my goal. The money that I have there, would be like my last reserve funds. But with all that, while it's in the banks, whether they have like you can go to credit unions, give them money, and then you get an interest off of that. And this is why you're able to get a credit card. You're using someone else's money, and the interest you pay on it, you're actually paying them.
Yeah.
So by doing that, I want to be able to live off my interest. So that'd be on average in Jersey, you need about maybe $3,000 to $4,000 a month to just get by.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if my family can be set and have that, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Mind you, I was also thinking about this back when we were in high school. Like not many people in our. This is why I wouldn't go out as much.
Oh, you guys went.
Yeah, we graduated high school together.
That's my guy, Ray.
Which is kind of funny because I know guidance counselors told me I would amount anything to you, and I know you've had similar.
Oh yeah,
similar
It
things.
wasn't the
What type of asshole guidance counselor is that?
Miss Pinto.
What are you gonna?
Oh, we throwing names out here. Oh shit. Okay, damn. All right.
I do. I'm be honest because
damn.
This is the reason why I do it. This is
Shout out Miss Pinto.
Right? Shout out
it was
to you,
thanks to her saying that. Thanks to her saying things like that.
No, fuck that. To be honest with you, shout out to her because people like that help us.
Yeah.
Get to where we want to get to.
It sounds like
same thing with you. The first person who threw you a negative remark, the first thing you did the moment you got it was like a fuck you, and you went forward.
Yeah.
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
So you got to look at the positive in that. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, but
not to sound cliche.
If we want to sound, but that brings up a weird argument because everyone wants everybody to think in the positive sense they thinking, right? And you guys just said that because of the negative way someone thought, it gave me a positive return.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So how do we so is negativity needed?
I would say it's needed to an extent.
Like what's the extent?
It would probably reinforce it. I wouldn't say it's necessarily needed, but it definitely will probably light a fire. You know what I'm saying? That you were I'm going through this right now. Like I'm actually trying to fall in love with myself, they say. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, those I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm on some like trying to be positive within my own self that I don't need that negativity or I don't need a positivity from someone else. Even though it's awesome and dope, I'm trying to find that within myself, because I've always sold myself short. You know what I'm saying?
It is because even now, like before when we started talking, like I said, like I'm not that 105-pound kid that we were.
Oh yeah. I walked in, by the way, not to cut you off. I'm like, damn boy, you looking, you know what I'm saying?
So I keep telling people,
not to gas him or nothing. I'm being real, man. I see it. Nah. My man's hitting the gym. I appreciate hard work. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the thing, like pushing myself because I always thought like people tell me I'll never get bigger. My genetics didn't allow me to get bigger.
So they say.
Right?
Yeah.
And then what I had to do, and I constantly reiterated to people, like you can do it. People can do it. Like for me, I went balls to the walls with it. As I was telling you, my caloric intake was 5,000 calories. Jesus. My grams of protein that I was taking was 300 grams of protein. I was
Why
doing
you take so much protein?
The only way my body would grow. On a normal day, I burn 3,500 calories sitting down doing nothing.
Protein is tricky though because I know your body might not fully take all of the protein. It might actually turn it into like fat, believe it or not. But for you, I guess it's good if that's your goal.
Yeah, because what happened was I was also intaking the fats that I need. So my body had that. I was taking the macronutrients. I was also taking multivitamins, fish oil. So I made sure I had everything I needed. So my body could utilize it. Yes, did I probably waste 50 to 100 on certain days? Probably. But at then, that's the only way my body grew to where it was. Yeah. Like, I know when I first met you, I was saying
the protein probably, so much protein turned into fat.
Yes. Okay. So, like, the
so
only way I was able to do it.
You could get to a bigger. Okay.
And then my thing is, I actually did this maybe a year ago when I was 160. I decided to stop taking so much protein and decided just to hit the gym. I dropped back down to 147. I'm like, I can't do that.
That's your body. Yeah.
So I need to turn to fat to then eventually use that and build the muscle off of it. Mind you, I was also, even now, when I'm at the gym, I'm 3 hours. Why am I that long?
3 hours, son?
I mean, I spend 3 hours at the gym, but it depends on talking.
On a regular day, though?
No, I mean, like
I've spent 3 hours at the gym. We all done animal shit. But I mean, like every day. Like,
every time I'd go, yeah.
Every time you go,
every time
3 hours in the gym.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah,
my thing too. Remember,
I love the gym, but damn.
The reason why I do it is because I remember like my forearm, like now my muscle comes out. It's not huge, but the elbow would stick out more than my forearm muscle. So I'm like, I remember that. I had the skinniest legs were my calves. I was able to barely miss touching my fingers. Same thing with my thigh. And I'm like,
on calves, yo, it's over.
So
I got damn near cankles, but you know, that's why we wearing the mid, you know,
I got
mid socks.
I'm sorry, we gotta let you get back there. I got chicken legs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you do.
So my calves puck out like some type of like waddle from a turkey. Like it's nice. Like I got good calves, but I got chicken legs. So you know, to me, like I got the whole leg would have to be fixed. Like you know what I'm saying? I would have to grow the leg. I don't even know if I got time for that. I kick all day.
Shit, I mean, if you got strong legs like that, if you putting the weight, it don't even matter what your legs look like.
Yeah,
man.
I put the weight. I do put the weight down on the bar and I come down on that.
You stop lying and you skip leg day.
I don't skip leg day, dude. I'm a kickboxer. How do I skip leg day when that's part of kickboxing?
You don't have no muscle on them calves, bro.
My boys don't let me skip leg day.
Are you insane?
All right, look, check it out. So say you're
my
from
quads are awesome.
Quads, okay, quads.
Okay, again,
calves.
did we not just talk about how at the bottom of my legs turn into waddling
this
calves?
is your calf right here. This is your.
You can go on the social media. If you go on Real Shit Talk, you see me and Jack in a pose. You can see my leg. It's not bad, dude.
They're not great.
I got very nice legs.
They don't match your upper body.
Because my upper, I don't know why. It's genetics.
Don't use that as an excuse.
I guess.
All right. No, but all right. I'll give it to you. You do have little calves.
Yeah, and I can kick the shit out of stuff.
Shit, I mean, they might be little, but they could probably, even if they're bony, that's a
the bony part's the best part.
Your face.
The bony part's the best part. Like,
that's what I'm saying, like straight to the face, man.
Well, like last night, I noticed that on your gram you were watching the fights.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man, I was somewhere. You know, we'll get into that. I was somewhere watching the fight. I woke up to a text that you know I was getting judged for where I was last night. We'll get into
what?
That.
We're here not to judge.
No, not necessarily you, but.
Where were you last night?
Oh, I was at a strip club, man. And
best time.
Listen, but my buddy works at the strip club, right?
Who cares?
No, but I feel you on that. Hey, I'm not mad at bro. Not that I'm a regular there, but I go there. You know, whenever I ain't got shit to do on Saturdays, I go there. Whatever. My boy Shane works there, and I just go shoot the shit with him. But you know what's funny? I don't throw $1. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I'll pay for is like the food. That's about it. You know
what? I gotta ask you though, like how's the food?
Be drinking water. I don't even drink over there.
How's the food at a strip club?
Believe it or not, banging. Well, if you got an inspired chef,
okay.
If you got an inspired chef that loves what he's doing, because my boy Shane broke it down to me last night. He's like, man, this guy used to undercook his shit, but he got diabetes and he's got a whole new passion for cooking and shit like that. Yo, this shit is slamming. Try it. Had some marinated chicken with some vegetables. Boom. Hold that. With some water. With some water, too.
That's what's up. Now I gotta... I'm just going to start going to strip clubs just to try their food.
Yeah, I heard that there's a few strip clubs that have really good wings and nachos.
Yeah, man. Yo, believe it or not, strip club food is...
like nachos, like messy-ass nachos when there's a girl probably shaking her ass on you. Fucking yourself up.
Yeah, man.
Some girl twerking. Man, get away from me.
Nah, bro. Like,
twerking with some nacho cheese on her
some
ass.
nachos, man.
That's when you accidentally drop some on your pants and let her lick it up.
Okay.
On your pants, though? What is she doing?
The strip clubs you go to are underground. And they also probably suck you off in the back. Right?
Those are low-key the best.
Those are the...
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Those are the girls with the bullet wounds.
Those are in the past.
Those are the girls with the bullet wounds.
with the peg leg?
Yeah.
When she takes her leg off to twerk on you?
God damn, bro. Where you guys going?
She come down. She a stump. She just got legs. And she got no legs. She just come down on that fucking thing. And you be like, yeah, baby. I got some sauce on my pants. And she got
she's gonna crawl
over you.
She's gonna crawl to you.
Yeah, we terrible people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the paraplegic, Joe.
Facts. There's nothing wrong with that. Just kidding.
But it would be funny as hell to see one come down on a stripper pole. Cause I don't care. That'd be hilarious. You see somebody no legs coming down like.
You know what? I got it.
Yes.
I already thought of the name of that strip club.
What?
It'd be the Handicapped. You're saying they're shot? So they got a cap busted in their ass in there.
Why we don't make a handicapped strip club? We could capitalize on this idea right now. Come on, yo. We also
but actually, when I'm in the strip club, I do the opposite. I'm actually there with my boy, like, man, she has a pretty face. Why does she have to do that to her body?
That's some dad shit.
Yo, for real. I'm not even on some. Yo, believe it or not, I spent $800 one time in the strip club I actually go to now. I never stepped foot in another strip club after I spent $800. Woke up to 2 charges of $420. Okay. I try to claim fraud, all right? That's how bad it was. Don't remember that night. Ever since then, I haven't stepped foot in a strip club, except when my boy got married or whatever.
How do you not remember,
bro,
being in the strip club?
You know what's crazy? It was at 11 a.m. too. My boy just got off. He was trying to do something.
Were you drinking?
Yeah. I was drunk. Come on, man. You think I'm gonna spend $800?
You get blackout drunk?
Oh, I used to. Oh, he'll tell you, man. Listen, bro, I know this bar that has LIT pictures, bro. I used to be the one drinking out of the picture and getting yelled at. Oh, you can't do that. Yeah, I get tanked. But yeah, I don't be drinking like that no more, man.
I've never blacked out on LIT.
Trying to be on my, fit
yeah,
shit.
I mean,
you know
like, you looking. I'm about to say,
bro, I turn up, bro.
Like, you turn up?
Turn up. Like,
like, you see how serious he got? He was like, no, I turn up.
Yeah.
I used to.
Yeah, no, I turn up. Yo. What you want? You look like he gave the crazy eye like you got something.
Yeah,
like,
my demons from the past. You know what I'm saying? With dark times.
Seen a demon pop out his eye for a second.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you turned up like that.
It's the group. Well, a lot of the people you would hang out with, they came up great. Like I see you guys on the gram. I don't talk to many of them, but I do see them every once in a while. And think I have to reiterate it. Like basically, the group I also hung out with, we were all different forms of delinquents. Like our graduating class, they said most of our class wasn't going to graduate. They hated us.
They put cameras in our school because of our class.
That's hilarious.
Mind you, it's a nice little neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? They put cameras in, and yeah.
It was every other day. We had 4 separate lunches, right? Every other day, a fault broke out in one of them. If not every day, 2. I remember there was one where someone staged a fight where they were just shoving, and then all of a sudden some chick was getting her head bashed into the window in the back. So nobody saw it. And I think it was after that time is where they started putting the cameras in the hallways. People would go behind the staircase and do some shit.
Yeah, yo, don't play that. You're insane. Something like that happened in the hallway. That's some prison shit.
Yeah, and like he's saying, like we're in
that literally some prison shit. Someone would stage a fight so someone else can get.
These knuckles have gotten a couple faces. And I don't know though. I was a little wild though.
What's the worst high school fight you had?
See, I was the type of person that like I didn't get into fights, but if someone ever, I did get sucker punched a few times, but I'm the person who likes to get hit. So I'm like,
wait, what?
Yeah,
you like to get hit.
Yeah, it's a horrible part when it comes, especially when MMA, like
the fucking dress.
Like for me, like whenever we train, right? When we trained MMA, like if I'd get hit, I'd smile and I'd come in more.
Oh no, that's the same way with me. My brother used to tell me, "Hey, I live with the bully, even though I wasn't was I a bully."
You know what it is? A lot of people,
just an angry child.
A lot of people mistaken you for a bully, but you just like to have fun by roughing around.
Yeah.
And I being the middle child, like I understood that. I'm like, I need someone like that.
Yeah, but I never fuck with you like that.
No, we never.
It was always love with you and your brothers. You know what I'm saying? It was never.
But it was always like being around that type of environment that I liked. This is why I'm saying like I like getting hit. When we train, I told you I get hit, I move forward.
I like cringe when he says that shit. Like I understand what he's saying because when I would get rocked or somebody hits me, I'm like, oh, let's go. I'm in a different mood. Yeah, let's go.
Turn on your adrenaline.
Yeah, for sure.
But
it wasn't
just saying I like getting hit. I don't know.
He's into some other shit.
Yeah.
That's a little undertone for like. Yeah, I also like to get spanked and
you like getting tied up and shit.
Definitely, he definitely pegged by his wife. But go ahead.
What? You saw that?
Oh shit! He sent you the wrong video.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He's there. I
sent that to you. I'm like,
there with candles. He's like, oh shit.
Oh,
sent to the wrong person.
You're gonna be in here with Marv by yourself doing that Buffalo Bill.
It's fucked up.
Marv keep playing these sound effects. It is throwing me.
He's sounding the alarm. You see what happens?
All right. You win, Marv.
This one Lil Wayne Pop saying it's like the fireman coming.
If that happens,
that'll be dope.
Just gonna walk out. Because I'm
gonna hire a fireman stripper one of these days just to come for you.
I will fight. Are you insane?
Fight.
Like, dude, I will start beating on somebody.
I'm gonna do it.
If a dude walked in here
Nothing but the fireman's
with
spandex.
the fireman's
Wait. I thought we were talking about a woman.
No,
You talking about a
for
dude?
him.
You gonna get him a guy fireman?
because
for
he's
him.
gay.
Oh shit.
For you.
That's
He
fucked
just
up.
tell
That's
you.
fucked up.
He's,
man.
he's trying to send me small signals. Like he's trying to tell me something. I'm
I'm trying to help
small
you
little
out.
signals.
I'm trying to show you there's
Every
acceptance.
once in a while, he be like, "Yeah, oh man, oiled up men." I'm like, "What? What are you talking
Wait,
about?"
first off, you're the one who talks about if you were able to oil up the Rock and
that's a whole different
no,
story.
it's not.
Okay.
The
No, it's
Rock
not.
is the
Right.
Rock.
All right.
Yo, that's my
Yeah,
favorite.
The Rock
That's
is
my
the Rock.
favorite.
Like,
Oil
you
him
can't-
up. Oil him up. Would you
I'm
do
not
it?
oiling him up. I used to
He
cry when
would.
he used to come out, but that's as far as I get.
Whatever.
No, he wants to
Smoke
oil
the
him
Rock
up.
is cooking.
I will just like rub on his shoulders and be like,
Nah,
"Hey,
shoulders, my ass. You're gonna go.
how did you do this?
my ass.
Help me."
He's the one that wanted some pie. Some pie.
Him and then who is it? Michael J. White.
Nah,
Like,
that's dumb. No, that's weird.
No, you
That's weird.
exactly.
Nah,
want.
he just got to train me. That's
You gotta train you.
That's it. I'm not oiling up.
You'll
Michael-
oil him
no,
up.
that's freaky. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
In Bloodsport, yeah, you would.
No, see, The Rock is not a real person. Okay.
What do you mean?
He was made in a factory. I can do like I can touch him all I want. All right.
Okay, so
To me, he's like one of the wax dolls from the when you go
The
to
wax
like
museum?
the
Yeah,
wax
the museum,
museum.
yeah.
He's one of them. Okay. Like Mike J. White's he's a person. So you know.
Boyka.
But no, I just want the dude's body. Like, I just want to take his body here, and then that's it.
That's fucked up.
Who was your favorite?
For
wrestling?
like, well, for wrestling wise,
You said The Rock, right? That was your guy?
Yeah.
that's
I
my
was
guy.
It's
more-
only because I grew up.
you know what?
watching
Yeah,
The Rock.
yeah.
It's not really weird.
didn't have my
really wanna
like
fuck
I didn't
around.
have my growth spurts after high school, right? That's when I finally became 5'9". It was
You made sure you knew that. 5'9".
5'9". Only reason why I say that is when you do the math, that's 69, ladies. No, but it was Steve Nash. You remember him? So
No, Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. Steve Nash is the basketball player.
Yeah.
And then
Kevin Nash.
what was his boy?
Wolfpack, baby.
What was his boy? With the long hair.
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall. There you go. Those two.
With the toothpick. Just throw that shit at you. I'm gonna whoop your ass here. Hold the
He
toothpick.
used to be Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
He ain't throw the toothpick. Okay. What? Finn?
So those are my two.
Those are your two?
That's it for wrestling.
Oh, so you like the Outsiders?
Yeah.
Okay.
That and Rey Mysterio. Short little
Oh.
Mexican fuck.
Yo,
Like it 'cause
Ray's
of
the man.
Spanish thing.
He
Still
was.
going too.
Oh
man.
yeah, he's still going.
I don't
on.
watch it anymore, but he's
Yeah,
still
he's
going.
still going, yo. Still going.
Oh, you know who was still going? But I think it was like 2 years ago he got hurt. Remember X-Pac?
Yeah.
He's still going too?
I think he changed his name to like 12 or something like that. 12 Pac or something like that. But he apparently
Yeah, I
like
think-
ripped his ass doing the Bronco Buster.
Yo. Pause.
Like no, like so for.
I believe you.
Yo, not for nothing though. Watching their moves now, it's like, yo, what was I watching,
Yeah.
bro? Him, Rikishi, bro.
Yeah,
come
they're
on,
pretty-
man.
they're
What you
like,
doing, bro?
nowadays-
Yo, he really used to stick
The
his ass in
stinky
people's face, bro.
Yo, that's crazy,
That's
right?
crazy,
Yeah, I
bro.
was watching that the other day. I was like, yo, I used to really watch this grown man stick his ass in people's
Yeah.
faces.
Yeah,
And rub
you
it.
get excited for it. You're like,
Nah,
yeah.
I don't know
like,
about
straight
excited,
Nah,
but
you was with it. Don't
Yeah,
lie.
you
When
like you
Rikishi-
do it.
He
It
said
got
I was
some-
with it. Hell
Someone
yeah.
you didn't
Nah,
like.
nah,
One of the wrestlers you didn't like.
I'm like, why is this big motherfucker in the thong?
You know what?
bro?
No.
Showing his big
I'll tell
ass.
you right now,
Pause.
when Vince McMahon was forced his face, like someone forced his
Yeah,
face
that
into
shit- that shit
Rikishi's
was
ass,
funny,
you
bro.
see?
That shit was funny.
That was hilarious.
I didn't get excited.
Or, you know what was
off of
another-
it.
Nah,
It was
that's
funny.
not bullshit. We was all kids and Rikishi went like this and threw his shorts into a thong. We was all like,
That or another time I enjoyed having watching a grown man face, and another grown man face was when Shane McMahon got his face put into his dad's ass. Vince McMahon. That
There was a
another
lot of
one.
ass
I'ma just
play
sip
back
water
in-
on that, man.
it was just a lot of
Water on
ass
that, man.
situations back in
was.
WWE.
Well, that's
back
because
in the
looking
day.
back at it, wrestling was ass.
Yo, but they was kids.
That's what it is.
Yo, I see
They
what
had
you did there. I
they
see
had
what you did
a
there.
Kiss My Ass Club. I remember that. They had Rikishi sticking his people
Yeah.
in ass.
You had X-Pac with the Bronco Buster.
X-Pac throwing his dick in your face. Who else was going on?
Who-
There was
what was-
lingerie matches.
What was the other guy's name? Road Dogg. What was his name again?
Road Dogg did some weird
He's
dance.
like, you
Oh,
better
he
tell
did- he
somebody.
brought-
Oh, there was a guy called this Billy Gunn. His name was
Yeah.
called Mr. Ass.
Oh, remember Val Venus?
We talking about
Venus,
AKA Val Penis.
AKA the Val
Yeah,
Penis.
that's
I used to think I was the only person to say that.
Who's the dude with the fucking head?
Al Snow.
Al Snow with the head. We had Mankind, Do Love.
Well, Al Snow came from like that underground ECW.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
So that was like back. You know,
Yeah,
they
but
can do whatever they want.
it's fucking his intro. Everybody wants.
Head.
Everybody needs.
Yeah. What do you want? Head. What do you need? Head. What do you give? Head. I'm like, yo, why is everybody? Oh, you're just here at the head. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. There's a lot of freaking.
I don't remember that.
Now you don't remember him?
I forget.
God, yo. And then they wonder why we all grew up and was perverted.
That's why.
Goddamn WWE and fucking Disney
it's
corrupted.
never gonna be the same though.
Oh no, it's not.
World Wrestling Federation, that was the shit.
Word.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Especially when they had the beef with WCW.
I see it now. It's more like kid friendly. Like, you know, my buddy watches and stuff. He be telling me, I'm like, I can't watch this.
Yeah,
now,
they had to like.
Unless The Rock comes back.
They
down.
had to like.
ripping my shirt off. Yeah, I'm back. Nah.
The Hulk Hogan will rip the shirt.
No, I'm saying me personally, out of excitement, I would rip my shirt off.
You would do it.
Yeah.
Would
If The Rock came back,
I feel like
why not?
I feel like if The Rock did come
and
back,
then just hit him with the.
I feel like if The Rock did come back, you'd probably like dig out a shirt that's like 2 sizes too small, put it on, just
Man,
flex
way
and
too
rip
busy to be doing any of this.
Me and my brother used to do the moves and everything.
Yeah.
Fucking rock body.
They showed The Rock's itinerary online.
Oh, that shit's crazy.
What?
I think the only person who's as crazy as his would be Mark Wahlberg.
Dude,
He wakes up at
booked
4.
all the way into 2024.
Yeah.
Yo, he brings his own personal gym to every
Oh, you
set.
saw him build that?
Bro. Oh, no, he don't build it. He paid people to
Oh,
build it.
yeah,
That's
but I'm
what
saying,
happens
like,
when
you see how it gets
you
built?
got millions of dollars, but...
Yo, you see how much he trained? You see what he paid his I see how much he paid his personal trainer because I'm in the personal training thing.
Yeah.
So I'm see how much he paid him. Right? There's an estimate. I'm not sure if it's the exact dollar, but it's an estimate. that would get money, son. Are we talking about 50,000?
Oh, that's for the roids.
I don't give a fuck. I would shoot it into him personally.
That's
if I was.
I think he took roids, man. I'm kind of upset about that.
Oh,
but
I'm sorry. What?
This is
you
The Rock.
He took roids?
I know he took roids, but I don't want to believe
roids.
it, bro.
He takes the finest supplements.
That's what it is?
That comes from the testosterone of all the animals. All right.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Taking
The
horse
Rock
tranquilizers
is taking, and whatever he's taking, Mo want it. All right. I'm not gonna say if I could get the accolades. Let's just say you can even just get notice for the body. Yeah, I want it.
No, you're not going to the arm. You're going straight shoulders.
I'm going straight shoulders.
You
You're
know
right. I don't give a damn. Acne all up my neck. I don't give a shit.
That's funny.
Not funny. But no, it's in. And then he bought him a truck. He brought him a brand new truck.
He has that much money.
The
Same
brand
thing
new,
with-
what was it? The Ford F-150, the
Raptor,
the super one, the big,
the Raptor.
Yeah, the Raptor. I think it's the Raptor.
Yeah, those are fucking crazy.
Dude, he just bought it to him. Just gave it to him.
Well, it's once you get to that level of success, like the only person I would say that really matches him in the eye of the people would be Kevin Hart. He bought his boys all the old cars.
But that'll be what it needs to be, right? Like that's what it should be. You should be taking care of your people. Like if you take care of your people, you'll get a return back.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I've been saying for the longest.
Yeah, but the purpose of that is not to expect anything. You know what I'm saying? When you do stuff for good, good for people, you're not supposed to expect something. So that it's always gonna come back to you.
Of course, it's
yeah.
not,
some people have hidden agendas. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, everybody's working for. In a way, I think maybe this isn't my mentality. I just feel like maybe you're supposed to have a form of selfish, and a part of you should be given. Right?
Oh, for sure.
But there should always be some type of selfish there because
for yourself.
If you don't have that, then you can't give shit.
No, for sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, because I was growing up, I used to always tell, like, you're not supposed to be, you're not supposed to really think of yourself. You got to think of others, which I always did.
Yeah, that's what I thought growing up, too.
And then what happens is no one tells you that could bite you in the ass, like, if you're always the giver.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that happens. So, like, I had to learn later on in life, like, how to not being so goddamn giving and just be a little bit more selfish a little bit. Like, so how do you guys like ever?
I'll be honest.
Had to go through something like that.
I still have that problem where I'm too much of a giver, right? My thing is,
I think you should have a big piece of giving.
The reason why I say it's a problem, normally people give one chance. You ruin the chance, you're done. Yeah, right? My thing is, I'll give you 2 or 3. Because I really do. Like, I really do want to see.
Depends on who it is. Not everybody deserves.
My thing is, my thing is, like, if I can get one person just to come up, like, you can forget about me and leave me. You, as long as I see you 5 years down the road and I see you being successful, and you're like, oh, I didn't catch up. Like, I see you, and I'm like, cool. Don't bring up that I helped you. Even when I help people out in the gym, like, I'm not a PT, but when I can help somebody out, I'm like, don't tell me thank you, thank you, thank you. Show me a thank you by me seeing you 2 years down the road and me seeing you healthy.
Not yet.
Like I don't want the whole, like my stepdad has that issue where it's always constant thank you when I do stuff for him. I'm like, all I need is one thank you, and then you continue doing what you need to do.
I always keep in the back of my mind whoever helps me, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you get a little leeway, and that's why I said second chances are only for certain people. You know what I'm saying? People that help me. You know, I went through my shit, man. I was, homeless and all that shit, but we ain't gonna get into that. But I'm saying, though, like, it's funny because the people that helped me ended up at one point being in the same position. Yeah. I had an apartment at the time. Yo, come rock. Don't pay me nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's just it just happens like that. Shit just happens like that, and you just, pay it forward, man, Yo, I try to give at least a couple cents, $1, whatever, every time I see a homeless person, man. Right. It kind of breaks my heart, you know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? I have an issue with the quote-unquote for the homeless people.
No, for sure.
My thing is, I've seen somebody, and it's brought me to tears where they tell me they just got here and they need food for their family.
Yeah,
I've bought their family food.
Yeah.
And then I've had issues where someone tell me I need $5 to fix my tire for my car. Yeah. I'm like, I drove to where he said his car was. It wasn't there, right? I've given money out. I had nothing but 20s on me one day, and I saw somebody walking down the road. I give them money, and then later on my way back from work, because they were still there, and then they finally finished because rush hour is done, and they go to a nice car. I'm like, never again could I give them money. I'll give them food.
Yeah.
Like if you need a meal, I will give you a meal. We'll go to the closest place.
I wish I could give everybody, a meal and stuff. Sometimes I'm just in the car. Yeah. Believe it or not, it's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna stay on this too long, but I actually got a flat tire. Didn't know how to change a tire. I do know now. But a homeless person, his name's Raymond. Shout out to you, Raymond. I know you probably, not watching this, but inspired you are. So his woman, I get a flat tire. I'm like, damn, bro, I don't know how to change this shit. What the fuck? So the woman's knocking on my, and I'm pissed. Now, mind you, I try to help everybody out, give them $1, whatever.
You got the flat
so
tires.
she's knocking on the window, and I'm like, what do you want? Like, with attitude and shit. I'm like, I ain't got nothing right now for you. She's like, no. My husband, she said husband. She's like, oh, he knows how to fix tires. I'm like, so I pull into the U-Haul and he fixes my tire. Yo, that's what's crazy about it. Shit like that makes me inspired.
Was that Jersey City?
It was, yes.
The U-Haul right in the corner? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
My shit, they had a big ass pothole. My shit, when your shit is flat, when your whole system vibrate. I'm like, shit, I got a flat. So he ended up changing it, teaching me, bro. It was cold as shit. You know what I'm saying? His hands were all Band-Aid up and shit like that. I was giving him pound. I wasn't getting no bum bumps. But not for nothing. I had oatmeal in my car. I gave him clothes. Like, anything I could. I throw him some money and stuff like that. You just see him. This car's just getting flat tires. He's like, just pull in here, making a little business right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was dope, man. So shit like that, I try to give him food, but if I can't, I throw him a little change or something like that.
Like the ones on right there in Jersey City, I try to help out. Like what I actually do sometimes is I go to Communipol and Kennedy. There's a halal truck there. Yeah. I buy like 10 meals. I'm like, fuck it. I just buy 10 meals, and I see there's sometimes like one on each side of the intersection. I'd park, give them food. I'm like, and I see them there every day, and I feel bad because all I see them walk around with is a small bag. I'm like, that hurts, because there was a time where me and my stepdad didn't get along. Like, I left the house, so I all I did was lived in my car for a bit.
Yeah.
Right. So just even though it was only for like a month, I'm like, this is what I did for a month. Had to go to a friend's to shower. Had to go to the gym to shower.
Yeah, that was me
right?
High school, man. Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, now I know where this is. I have family members who's been in worse situations than me, and I'm like, I can't. It hurts seeing people like that. That's why I say I give people 2 to 3 chances. I'm like, if I see you hurting, I'm gonna try to help you.
I mean, we got well, because I had a similar experience. You know, you also got to take into account certain things. One, is this person here because of laziness?
And that's the other part I was going to get into too. No, for sure. Yeah, no,
people
definitely.
Want to, I mean, I've been out there, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm telling you,
you can get out of it, man, for sure.
If you're willing, if there, the truth is that saying is real. If there's a will, there's a way.
Yep.
Correct.
Right? And through my story, I don't have to keep repeating, but I made a way. As in, I said I'll use this time to explore, and except for sitting in the corners and walking up and down the street, I knew my body could work.
Correct.
I did jobs.
That was the backpacking time, right?
My backpacking time, and I knew I could do jobs. But what the real issue is the lack of preparation that people have for survival.
Yeah.
Right. I trained to survive. I trained myself to survive, but not to survive. And it's like not thinking your story, but like you not knowing how to change a tire. That's a problem.
Shit, yo, for
real.
real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Like things that we use on a day-to-day basis,
sure.
you should know the ins and outs.
Well, I got my car late, not to cut you off. I actually got my car like 25, bro. I brought my own car. I never drove before.
That's all dope.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I should have known, knowledge.
Like, you know who taught me how to change a tire and do brakes?
Oh shit, you do brakes too, dog?
Yeah,
I need some brakes, man. I need some brakes.
It was a guy who was on dope. It was a dope fiend. And he used to do brakes for like $20 in a beer. I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a deal, dog. And it was clean. Like, it was no mess up, though. And he one day, he was just like, I was like, dude, you got to show me how to do this. And he was just like, yo, I'll show you easy. Show me, bam, bam. I was like, nice. I was like, so next time I needed, like, I remember when, again, during my backpacking time, I was like, get a car. I was able to get a car during that time. Did I keep it? Nah, I had it under somebody else's name. That's another story. But when the brakes went, fixed it up.
That's pretty cool. Man.
It's all about survival. You know what I mean?
That's what I try to do with my car. Like, I do my own oil. I do my brakes. I do my rotors whenever I need to change them. I do my spark plugs.
I'm gonna start going to y'all for.
I do my own tune-ups entirely.
You gotta learn how to do it.
And the reason why I did it is because one day I go to a mechanic and they charging me $70 per rotor. I'm like, you can buy like $70. I can, or the total with the 240. I can get the rotors and I can get the brake pads, all like speed quality wise. I could buy them myself. Like I can get the high end shit for that price, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna pay that much.
My issue is that I live on a city street. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be out there jacking up cars and shit like that. I can't do none of that. So like I have to go see a mechanic. But if I had when I have the opportunity to do what he's doing, like have my yard and whatever, I'll go and see a mechanic for a long time. I've never seen no mechanic. And I used to laugh at those guys on TV, used to see them like fixing the car, and then I started understanding, like, oh, it's not just a peaceful thing. You're saving money. Yeah. Like, I see, okay, you're still working. All right, I get what's going on.
And you appreciate it more when you put the work in.
Yeah, you appreciate it more.
It's not only with the car, and this is where I always try to, like, and I'm glad I got him started with, like, I did my own vegetables. I would grow my own vegetables. I would have my bell peppers. I have my peppers, my jalapenos, my cucumbers, my watermelons.
You put me on to like 3 major things.
Right. So, and my thing is like these little things help. Like for me, it all started with the tomato plant. This is where like me having the tomato plant helped me. Like, all right, I'm self-sufficient to grow my own food. Right. So then I put sunflowers for my wife because she likes sunflowers. And I have blueberries. I have strawberries. My brother put some fruit trees in the backyard, so now we have fruits, and I'm hoping this season will be the season we can start eating from it. We have a bunch of things. I plan on getting a chicken coop pretty soon, right? And building it myself and getting chickens and hatching them and growing them, getting their eggs from them, and even eventually when they get old enough, I'll have my own food source.
That's pretty dope.
And this is also something I want to teach.
You gotta be careful. You can't go too far down the well, brother, because if you go too far down the well, you can start getting in trouble with the law. Because
I checked with my town. There's no ordinances against it.
Against what?
The chickens.
The chickens?
Or vegetables.
Well, they shouldn't be in your area.
Yeah, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, actually, my town, too, there's no ordinance against chickens. But it's weird, but I'm...
Actually, your town was also well known for having pigeon coops on the roofs. And a big misconception, people think they're like, it's the rat of the sky. Yeah, they're a nuisance. But pigeons were actually brought by the settlers for a food source. So now they
you ever had pigeons?
Yeah.
You really have?
Yeah,
Seriously?
I've had pigeons.
Well, you can't eat city pigeons. No, you gotta be careful because
me fucking around.
city pigeons got like
all types of shit.
That you could get sick from. You know what I'm saying? And they digest a whole bunch of crap. There's stuff that's out there eating city pigeons anyway, so you don't want to fuck with that.
The thing is, there's I think it's called squabble or something like that. When you go to restaurants, that's actually a flightless pigeon. They slaughter it before it takes its first flight.
I wouldn't know, man. I stick to my grilled chicken, man.
Right. So that's the thing. Like and another thing for hunting purposes, I have my bow and I'm gonna hopefully go hunting soon.
Dude, start off with a rifle.
No, compound bow.
I'm already doing the I'm already setting up for the classes. New Jersey won't allow you to do anything without classes. MPA.
Yeah, which is I'll be glad.
I wanted to get my so licenses and stuff like that, hunting and stuff.
So like with that is I want to be able to be self-sufficient for myself and then also show my kids that you can be self-sufficient. Like I have 2 kids, one's 9 months, one's 4 years old.
Well, some people might not have interest in that.
All right, though, right? And that's what bothers me is because people want healthy food, especially nowadays. They want healthy foods, but they won't do it themselves, but they want it to be cheap. No, I'm like, there's no way that's gonna happen.
It has to be organic, man.
It
has to be organic.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been to Whole Foods a couple times.
No,
Whole
I feel
Foods
bougie when I carry my little basket.
Whole Foods is great.
I'm eating healthy, guys.
The hemp bag. They have a hemp bag, don't they? They walk around with.
You just can't complain.
Yeah, no, I've actually used the car. I was bullshitting, but
you can't complain if the you can't complain about organic or whatever if you can't do it yourself, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like
that's pretty dope that you.
See, my thing is people think it's hard to start. And this is what I always try to put on people: herbs and spices first. This is what you do. If you do herbs and spices, you can do any type of plant.
You do mint. That's it.
Yeah.
Just do mint.
Mint you can never kill. Mint's a plant that's always going to be there.
Oh, I killed the mint, dog.
How'd you kill a mint plant? How bad were you?
I left it outside. It was cold.
No, they regenerate for the next year.
Oh, like then I accidentally killed the mint. Yeah. I tossed the dirt out.
I used to live in South Jersey. I had a mint plant.
Right. So with
you're right. They do regenerate.
With herbs and spices, what I always tell people: go to them bodega or 99 cents. So you know those
we can go right downstairs right now.
Those little shoe racks that normally like slippers that you put in. Those old school things. I know a lot of Hispanic families have them. I grew up with them. They're like little pockets. Right, for shoes.
Yeah.
So we'd use that. Put a little bit of soil. Make sure water can also get out of it. A little bit of soil and different herb plants and just mark them. You could either mark them with the marker underneath them.
What did you use?
What do you mean?
Wait, what did you put it inside?
Soil.
No, what did you put the soil in?
The little pockets of the shoe rack.
Oh, you mean those stand-up? The rack that you put on the door.
Yeah, like it's like plastic, vinyl type.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right, so you get one of those, you put soil in and mark them, and then just you can have them outside your window. Whenever you want something, peek over, grab it. You're fine there. And
cool.
And a lot of people don't realize you can literally grow your own herbs and spices.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
you can have it outside your window.
Just outside your window.
I'm over here trying to figure out how to do a tire before you over here growing.
We're growing plants outside the window, dog.
Yeah, like I made a bet with for going back to the tire. I remember nobody's ever seen me change a tire in my family, right? And I made a bet with my older brother. I'm like, I bet you I can do it in less than 4 minutes. He's like, no, you can't. I'm like, 2.5 minutes and I was done. I'm like, it's not that difficult. You jack it up, you take the 5 bolts off, you put it on.
It's not hard, but
I had a horror story come in here one day.
Oh, I remember this one.
So I used the damn default jack that they give you in the car, right? That little flimsy ass jack.
You gotta get your own jack, bro.
Right. So trash. Of course I didn't know that. I knew that, but I don't have my own jack. So I used that. I'm like, I think I'll be fine, right? This 3,000 fucking pound car, I'll be fine. This van. It's an SUV. So I'm packing it up. I got the damn wheel off. And all of a sudden, I start seeing the jack start to they come up off his fucking feet. I'm like, oh, shit. So I take the wheel and I fucking slamming it into the goddamn in between because of course I didn't want the axle to hit the fucking floor. So I'm slamming into the damn thing. That damn thing fell on top of the tire. Like, boom. I was like, and of course now it's too low and I can't jack. Now I need a flat jack. Now I need one. Now, of course, you know, I might know a couple poppies around the area. I found me one of the. All I needed was one dope head, or but everybody knows that the crackheads know somebody, or they know how to do it, right? So I was like, shit, they know where a jack is, or so I seen the little dope head coming down the street. I was like, come here. So he was like, yeah. I'm like, I need a flat jack. You find it for me. He goes, okay, Bobby, okay. Comes back with a person. And I'm like, what happened? He goes, I was like, no, I need a flat jack, not a person. He goes, no, you tell him. I was like, I need a flat jack. Guy goes went across the street from my car, went into his car, boop, popped over the flat jack. I gave the dope boys some cash. You know, you gotta bless them.
Always,
you gotta bless the dope boys
always,
some cash.
Always.
Got that damn thing up. Was able to make it to the damn show 20 minutes late. when I got here.
But you got here, man.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, you gotta know how to survive, man.
For sure. When I was going through my stuff, man, that's one thing I always tried. Not that I was learning how to survive. I mean, you learn trial and tribulations, but I always talk to the older heads, man. Like, I wasn't into, like, you know, fucking around and all this stupid shit. Like, I always just talk to the old heads and just try to get some, you know, knowledge or, you know, some positivity or whatever, you know, because they been through shit, obviously, you know what I'm saying? So I was always one that, you know, I was going through my shit, but I always had a level head and I didn't go the opposite way. And going back to what you were saying, it could, you know, people don't realize that you could actually get out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what the situation is, man, no matter what, there's always a will, there's a way.
It's always, guys, when you see things, you got to take what you see out of your own perspective, like how you see it, and you try to see it, just magnify it for a second and just see it for what it could be. And if you take a horrible situation and turn it into a better situation, I mean, there's some situations that's just terrible. You know, you just can't beat it. And there's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, someone dying of some illness that you don't know nothing about or no one knows how to save or whatever. It's what can you do? Right? You got to kind of like eat that. That person got to probably take that situation and probably make the best of it if they can. But the end result is always going to be fatal. Mm-hmm. But I guess it's all about whatever you make it, like how you make the situation. I just chose not to be a bum.
Yep.
I was just like, and it's gonna sound messed up. I seen them. I looked at I remember when it happened. I had nowhere to go, and I was looking at the guys, and I seen this guy pandering for money. I was like, there is no fucking way. Maybe it's just too much pride or whatever. I just said, there's no fucking way I could do that. I was like, I got to do something else. And I was like, well, you know how to... And first thing I said is, well, I know how to survive. And then I was like, I can keep moving. I'll just keep moving. And I just started moving. And I just was like, well... And I got to the border in New Jersey, and I was like, I mean... Keep going, I guess. I'm like, on some Forrest Gump shit. I mean, I'm here. Just might as well just keep going. And then all of a sudden my money ran out, and I was like, I'll take a job here for a week, 2 weeks. A little stupid commercial job, whatever. A little poppy job or whatever. Got a few dollars in my pocket now. I ain't going to live here. This place sucks. Keep going. Just keep going. And that's it. You know, and if you could figure out how to get out, how to see a terrible situation and just be like, all right, how do I make this better for me? Yeah. You know, like what can I...
See, my problem was basking in it, bro. Like letting it hold me back. Yeah. Instead of, you know, coming out of a situation like... I'm 28 years old, and believe it or not, bro, I realized at 28 that you're going to fail. I was so worried throughout my life about failure that I kept failing, and I didn't know how to bounce back out of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to realize that you're gonna fail, man. Just keep going. Fuck it. Sports? Just keep going. Yeah, I play sports. Yeah, I play football. I wrestled for 1 year because my coach wanted me to. I'm 0-1 in my my little career there because I illegally choked somebody. I didn't know what I was doing, but yeah. So ref told me, "Oh, you're disqualified. You can't do that." I'm over here fucking yoking him up. And shit.
Where your lunch money at? Huh?
But yeah, man, I'm
That's
just
hilarious.
But yeah, man, just I realize that I'm gonna get to my dreams and goals one day. I don't know when it is, when it's gonna happen, but if I look back and I see how far I've come, bro, and it's fun that you brought up the Jordan situation.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get when I got this job, believe it or not, it's not my career job, but it's blessed me in many ways, man. I've gone on vacation for the first time, Yankee games. I was the biggest Yankee fan, bro. Well, I still am, but went to Yankee, bro, sat down in the bottom by myself. I go by myself, you know what I'm saying? I do these things by myself. I don't even care. Go to Nets games, go to Giants games, and got my car. But I was always wanted the Jordans. Like, that was if you had the fresh kid, you never saw me with Jordans in school. My mom never bought me Jordans. But, bro, and I went on a little bench spending $500 on here, and then you realize, yo,
dude,
this shit ain't it,
we
bro.
go through it, yo.
This shit ain't it. I'm fresh, but this shit ain't it.
Did you ever go through the spending phase? Like, just
I'll tell you right,
exploding with money.
There was a time where there was a time where I was more money than I knew was coming in for me. Right?
That's the worst too, because
my thing is, so
it's not gonna run out.
I'm just spending it. Buy a dog, buy my girl purses, bags, laptops, and I don't know why I spent, and I shouldn't have. I know I'm retarded. Damn near 3Gs on my laptop for
that's
gaming.
Not a bad investment.
It was a gaming laptop. You wanna know what that laptop's doing right now? It's collecting dust. Collecting dust. What happened is, like, I bought the laptop, then I modded it and built it up stronger, and apparently the Alienware batteries cannot hold up for the high performance of the laptop itself.
They can now.
Now they can, but at the time they couldn't. I even got the 9-cell batteries, and they just kept burning out on me. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm not spending $250 on a battery anymore.
Oh, now you got morals and principles.
Now I'm like, well, that's because all that money is no longer coming in. And I'm like, I
gotta. It'd been different if you was like gaming professionally or. Like,
at the time, I was up there with the people, especially for 360. I was playing Gears of War. I got top 5 for quick scoping.
Okay.
Right. And I'm like, this. I was just doing it every day. Yeah. Same thing with Modern Warfare. I was one of the first 50 people. Modern Warfare 2. One of the first 50 people to 10th prestige level 70. Shit. Like, this is how much I was playing.
Yeah, I was a big gamer myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
I had to give that up though, bro. That shit took over my life.
Slow down a little bit.
Yeah. But what sucks though, at the time where we were teenagers and these games were out, it was not that big. Like, I went to tournaments and there was a couple hundred people there, but I'm like, you are not getting the 250,000 that people are getting nowadays.
Yo, my buddies actually are in the 2K league. I was a big 2K guy, but I play competitively. Like, like straight up competitively.
2K league.
So the NBA actually,
they let you. Okay,
so
like,
they
can 6
created
people play at the time.
So it's 5 people. It's 5 people, and then you get a bench player. But it's like legit, like NBA. Is like sponsoring and money tied and everything. My buddy made $90K. Yeah. And yo, they do a draft, everything, combine, all this shit. But I was putting so much hours into it. It was even affecting some of my relationships. So, you know what I'm saying? I had to give that up. I actually broke my PlayStation trying to save my last relationship. Did not work, obviously, but my buddy bought me another one. I don't even play like that no more.
No. All I use it for Hulu and Netflix.
Yeah, man. It was trying that bad. Show
your
love.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck that.
I know that everybody's like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Yo, but honestly,
it's not just
looked at
a
it as
PlayStation anymore.
Yeah, but no, yeah, for real. Honestly, when I was going through my shit, I always had my PlayStation with me, and whenever I was like needing money bad, I would sell it. But the PlayStation always was like emotional attachment to me. Believe it or not, like it made me stay out the streets, or I bring it to my boys. Yeah, for real, like, you know. And I actually broke it. I've got.
Now you out here in these streets bugging.
Nah, I'm in the gym, man. I ain't in the street. I'm in the gym getting right,
you to the gym. Go ahead, got you to the gym.
So but it was good for myself breaking that. Not only because, you know, everybody's like, yo, you dumb as hell for doing that, trying to save a relationship. Yeah, but I needed it for myself. If I didn't do that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I feel like that.
I would still probably be fucking 250 pounds doing shit, you know, going to work. And
you was 250?
250, dog.
Damn, dog. Man, you was big as hell.
Yeah, big as shit, yeah.
How long ago was this?
This is 4 months ago, man.
What?
Yeah, 4 or 5 months ago.
How much you weigh now?
I'm like two. I was the lowest I got was 227. I've gained a little bit I've been eating a little shitty the past couple weeks.
Dude,
gotta get right. I gotta get right, but
dude, yeah. You look good. What, 4 months?
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, thank you, man. Putting in work,
no, that's good. Congrats on that.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that, man. Trying to, I see my boy over here with the savage,
Oh well, yeah, I like the obstacle races.
Fucking go back.
I do every other year.
Why you always? Why do I only see 2015 then?
Because my 2017 is dirty.
I would love to do that, man.
It's always dirty.
Trash.
No, I've worn 2017 here.
Have you?
Yeah.
How does it look?
Black.
Looks like a lie.
Basically the same thing. This is all they do. This is what do you think they're gonna put it in?
It's black shirt though.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my wife. Here.
I've worn it here.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Pretty sure I have.
I want to do one of those, man. I want to do like a marathon or something.
Yeah,
we're doing
my cardio is trash.
Let's go.
I'm down, man.
Let's
shit,
go.
fuck it.
Let's go.
Self-imposed, limits. Fuck that shit.
Fuck it. Let's go.
That's like
what I'm
on
one coming up? In April.
June.
June, I gotta train for that though, man. You gonna have me
that's
fucking
it. You got till June.
What do you mean? There's no training. Every time I've gone to it, I've never trained.
You never ran with me then, motherfucker.
You got till June. You'll be fine.
All right, man. Shit. Fuck
you got till June.
And that's gonna help me on my goal. So now
April,
I have
May, June. That's 3 months. If you can't get, if you can't do 5 miles or 10 miles,
it depends on which one you do.
Shit, 10 miles. Can we start off at 5?
It's a 5. It's gonna be a 5.
It's levels to this shit.
A 5K is a 3.3 miles.
Yeah, I know. But
y'all motherfuckers running races running 10 miles. What's wrong with y'all?
The obstacle
go
race.
big or go home, no?
Facts. On some David Goggins shit. Y'all fuck with David Goggins?
Heavy.
Yo, the fucking man.
You're right.
Who?
The fucking man. That low key's helping.
You don't like
David Goggins? You don't know David Goggins, bro?
Hold on, let me look him up real quick.
Are you serious, bro?
He be over here acting like he don't know shit, but he knows David Goggins. He loves David Goggins. But he got.
I've seen him, but no.
What? Yo, that's your homework for tonight from me, bro.
He's
friend to friend. You better fucking.
If you really want to talk about runners, look up Cameron Hayes.
It's not even about running though.
David Goggins runs the same amount.
But there's the thing. I prefer Cameron Hayes.
Cameron Hayes is the man too.
Cameron is.
And
he's
friend of Logan and the rest of the other people.
Oh wait, that's
him.
That's okay. I know.
He's so full of shit.
But I don't care for him. I don't look him up.
Okay, we don't.
David Goggins.
Bro, he's the fucking man, bro.
No, because
Goggins mentality, baby.
Did you read his book or read his book?
No, so I actually want to. I'm actually reading a Mastery of Love now. I don't know if some fucking girl.
Mastery of Love,
yeah, bro. I don't fucking.
Bro, you were there at one point.
No, I was never there.
Yo, listen.
I was never at a point where I was reading the books. When I got to I listened to the love songs during our heartbreak, but I ain't start reading books.
Yo, but the Mastery of Love is pretty good, man. It's like trying to help you like love yourself. You know what I'm saying? And like
you know how to love yourself. You're in the gym.
I'm starting to learn. Yeah, man.
See, now you're in the gym. Put the book down.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and flex in the fucking mirror.
Nah, not yet,
like some
man.
type of fucking nut.
I gotta wait till I get this little six pack. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my thing.
No, you don't wait. Hold on, you don't wait. You don't wait.
I'll be flexing in the mirror to myself and shit, but you know,
because what you're doing is you're this is you're making a mind body.
Oh yeah, for sure, the mind muscle.
Right? Yeah. So now you're seeing each part of your muscle activated or whatever. So now you could kind of like work it differently. Oh, maybe I gotta do when I do my rear delts. Maybe I need to pull up with my pinky a little more to hit that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So you could. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
It's all about contractions and everything.
Don't be like worry about your six pack going.
Yeah.
Look,
I mean, like I said, I'm working on it.
I mean,
working on the self love, man.
Listen, yes, you could maintain a six pack for forever.
Everybody has a six pack, by the way. You just have fat over it.
Yeah, no, but you can maintain a fully formed six pack for if you're really good and disciplined on your dieting.
Yep.
Right, because six packs are made in the kitchen. For
sure.
All right.
For sure.
Workouts are just to form how the abs are gonna look. But to have abs, you need to do it in the kitchen. So, but I tell you, it's overrated.
No, definitely. Listen, it's just a personal goal, though. I never had a six pack.
Yeah,
That's just me. Like, can I actually fucking see 6 things on my body?
Man? Like, tell you right now, I'll help you out right now.
That's just me personally. And then I want to bulk up
when I hit
healthy,
that
though.
6, I had a crazy ass sandwich after that.
The moment you reached it.
As soon as I reached that 6 pack, I was like, oh, I need to go get me a fucking Subway. It was stacked. The Subway sandwich looked like this by the time I was finished.
Not to be honest, though, for me, for self-love, was when I caught myself by surprise in the mirror. Like, have you gotten to the point where, like, because I'm telling you, like, being that small, and then all of a sudden, like, one day walking, and like, oh, like who the fuck's back is that? I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, that's
see the fucking games, dog.
I'm like, what?
He's talking about the fucking gays. That's what he's talking about. I thought you were gonna be on some shit I caught myself looking in the mirror, jerking off or some shit.
I thought he was gonna
I fell in love with myself. You know, I was oiling myself up.
No, because then he was like, and me being so small, and I caught myself.
I'm like, what?
I was like, hey.
Yeah, I started taking some dick pills and my shit grew.
And hold on, and you guys trying to say I was gay?
And
this is the first thing you
Pause.
We're now sponsored by Dick Cream.
Okay, hold on. And I'm the gay one. It always goes back to dick with you.
Man, listen, I'm comfortable. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
For like that is catching, like, noticing my body afterwards, because I'm always self-conscious about my body.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody is, right?
So like catching myself off guard, and I'm like, oh shit, I did grow.
Do you think most men are self-conscious about their body? Like,
you have to be, man.
A lot of guys are.
When you're trying to attract women, I mean,
I don't know.
Not necessarily. Listen, okay. So obviously, women want, you know, a good guy, blah 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 blah, an asshole, good guy, asshole, bad cop, good cop, shit, right? Whatever. But dude, we live in a world now that it's like catch of the eye. In order for me to be interested in to get to know you, whatever the case may be, you got to look somewhat
I
decent.
don't know. 2018 was the year of the dad bod. Was 2019?
Yeah, I mean, but that's
I don't know, man. Like, maybe
I had a dad bod in 2018, so I guess so. Motherfucker. I don't know.
And now 2019 is the come up. You got the rib, you're gonna shred it, you're gonna get bigger. Is how it is. I think
the other side, like the gay guys, homosexual men. I would think you would have to be more ripped there, right? Maybe
no,
this is
bro,
just
there's
TV shows, but they always look shredded.
Remember, there's the bear.
I'm like, how do you fucking...
But then again, they might like hot, you know, dad bods, because I was in the airport one time.
Do you remember 90s gay men? They was all... remember that shit?
I don't recall.
You remember, like, we used to see him in TVs and stuff like that
with a fucking, with like a tank top with a bunch of holes in it.
Or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're
talking about.
It was always like, and you'd be like, damn, why their bodies look better than most regular, like, straight men bodies? Like, what were they doing?
I understand what you're saying, bro, yeah.
Dude, so is that still how it is? I wouldn't know.
It varies. Because I was listening to another podcast recently where they're, you know about the bears in the computer community, you know about twinks, and all of a sudden I start hearing other terms like an otter.
I don't know nothing about no twinks.
A twink is, you know,
no, I really don't know.
A twink is a small, normally a smaller guy, hairless, that normally attracted to bears, which are the big hairy birds.
So they're like smaller.
Basically a petite gay guy. Right?
So like the really crazy flamboyant one. Maybe
yeah, and then there's something that I just recently found out about, an otter, which is basically like
I don't know what you be doing, researching or whatever, man.
These are all podcasts. These are podcasts that come up. But no, so what happens is the smaller guy just super hairy. They fucking look like an otter when they swim. Right? And
what comes up with these shit?
I don't know. These are shits I listen to and it comes up with. Like we've had like also the fluffy not fluffy, was it fluffy? No, furry community. I get confused by. I'm like, motherfucker, you guys want litter boxes when you guys stay at a hotel? I'm like, so there's these bunch of community.
Oh, I heard about the furry.
Yeah. So they're like these.
You ever heard about
weird.
The furries? Oh, those you need to hang out with me.
To each his own. Listen, I don't.
You need to hang out with me. So check this out. Furries are people who like to be in animal costume. Okay. Right? Or full-on animal costume. I think there's like different versions.
Like mascots, they like horses, zebras.
Originally, it was like the mascot ones. This is what we grew up knowing, the mascot ones. Okay. Like those, like, you know, I hope I didn't disrespect nobody. If you're a furry, I mean, that's what.
You a furry? Come on, bro.
Come on. I would like to talk to a furry. Right? Honestly, I would really like to talk to one.
So it's like a mascot, or
so think of it like a mascot, and then a whole bunch of other mascots get together and they dry hump the hell out of each other.
No, they actually fuck.
Do they?
Yes.
Is there like a piece inside of it?
Yeah, I was.
No, I remember.
No, they fuck.
They actually fuck.
I thought because when I was.
That's what I thought too.
I thought there was like always dudes. I know this is what I grew up thinking.
Yeah, no, someone had a conversation with me about it.
There was always dudes in the people in the woods who dressed up like freaking animals, and then they'll rub up on each other I guess, get the Jones off by like dry humping.
No, they actually.
And then they split, but they did. They
the mascot
now.
uniforms nowadays.
Oh, they said
he made the costumes. He made the costumes. He put a hole in the
bro.
part.
You gotta make money somehow, right? Some guy helped you change a tire. I make costume for these guys.
I thought the whole idea of having the costume on is that they don't know who's under the costume, right?
No, but then
but can't you judge
somebody? So isn't that bestiality?
It could be if
that was an argument once.
If they identify as that, they could be.
I don't know.
So now the identification is what throws me off.
And with the identifications, damn, we're doing it.
Yeah, this is, yeah. I'm about to run out of water, man. Drinking,
with the identification thing, right?
Yeah.
Can you identify yourself as a dog?
There's people who are foxkin, people who identify as a dog. There's
Can you get like really registered as an animal? Because now that you identify yourself as an animal, can you get registered as an animal?
My thing is,
because even if you're like a transgender or whatever the case may be, I think it's what you were originally.
No, you're allowed to change it now.
They changed it. Okay,
you're allowed.
I learned something new. Okay, I learned something new. Okay.
But my thing is with the transgender, you should have it that is trans female on your license rather than just F, or trans male just so that it's M, instead of just M. So it should show what it is.
How you feel about the bathroom thing? You said you.
I have
South Carolina or something like that. You said.
Huh?
I was in North Carolina for a little bit.
I don't know which was it. North
or
South?
North Carolina.
Okay.
North Carolina that happened. I think that was in Charlotte. I think so. It was like Charlotte, Greenboro. But I think it's mostly Charlotte.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte's usually like a little bit more liberal down there. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I haven't really formed a real opinion about it yet. So for me to like to come out and say it,
I respect that.
Yeah,
I mean, to each his own. Like I said, I don't discriminate.
I have
nobody.
I have my pros and my cons that I'm working with, trying to figure out exactly like how I feel about that. But honestly, I probably wouldn't know until I'm in the moment. I like in the moment and I see it. Like I probably wouldn't know exactly how I felt about it yet.
Yeah.
See, my opinion for that, like I'm cool with shared bathrooms if you're transgender, as in trans male, trans female can share one bathroom. Leave it at that, right?
Yeah.
But if you're saying you want to share with little kids, I kind of have an issue.
Yeah, because I got kids.
There's guys and girls or trans people out there who identify themselves as male or female, but they haven't gone through the transition at all. Like there was a guy who
there's no way of really knowing
who identified himself as a female, but never started the hormones. Likes to wear a dress, but has a giant ass beard. I'm like, my thing is like, if you want, okay, fine, you want to identify, then go use the family bathroom. It's a single person use bathroom, has a changing table, thing like that. You can do that.
It's a touchy subject, man.
Yeah, it is. It's like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like because what scares people the most about the trans bathroom thing. This is what I've been my studies on it, my limited amount of studies on it. What scares people about it is that they believe they don't want pedophiles to take advantage of that situation. But
that could be anybody. Though.
But what it makes them nervous is that it's too easy. You get what I'm saying? It's too easy to. That's just one thing. But I mean, like, from a dad's point of view, I can understand that. Like you'll be super scared. Like shit, I'm still standing. I'm still like I'm trying to give my daughter some space so she could go do her thing. But I'm still there. Like I'm still standing outside the damn door. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? I'm still like, so like you just don't want to make it like. Even when I see a dude even come next to the door, hey, where you going? Nah, somebody in there. Somebody in there. You know what I'm saying?
The dad.
It's not only that. Like, it's not only just the bathroom that I want about it. Is because recently I forgot what state it was, but they're gonna allow transgender kids to wrestle like in the.
That's not fair.
My thing is, but they don't have to start the transition.
I'm
like,
fair.
If you're in transition and you're gonna compete with it, that's fine. But if you're gonna say you identify as it but not doing the transition, I have an issue with.
No,
because then he can go be like, or I can go be like, I identify as a female. Let me go in as a 170 or cut weight to 145, and then I fight with the females but not do transition.
If we all need to be honest about one thing. There's something called testosterone. There's something called estrogen.
Yeah, for sure.
That's proven. Okay, everybody knows that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And a boy's testosterone is raging at a certain as an adolescent. To put him in there with female competitors is not fair. It's
That's
not fair.
No.
It's cause at that time that boy could put as much muscle on as possible. Like, but if you just because you identify as it, I mean, when it comes down to sports, I'm not with it. Yeah. But with everything else, I mean, I see the pros and cons of that, and I honestly don't care if you're transgender or not.
Yeah,
Personally, it doesn't affect my life at all. You know what I'm saying? But what is an issue would be is if you had if my daughter decided she wanted to wrestle, right, and then freaking then a transgender boy who all of a sudden needs to wrestle my daughter. You know, I will have a freaking issue with that. Or my son. You know, if my son, I'll say it to my son. If my son decided oh, daddy, I don't know, just say he decided he wanted to switch sides or whatever. No, you ain't wrestling on a female's team. What are you talking about? No. No. Dude, you're freaking, that's not fair.
Yeah. It really is.
That's not fair. You're dude, you're a rock. I'm looking at my son now and I know he's going to be a tank. I'm not going to let you wrestle on a female's team. We all know there's different distribution of power when it comes down to men and women. All right? So
but that's why
me put an illegal headlock in.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But that's why they should have their own league or their own division.
Yeah, man.
Because I'm okay.
I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, I guess until they could figure out how that's going to work within that league. But I wouldn't even have an issue with that. I'd go see that. I support that too.
Yeah, I would too.
If there was a third league of kids who want to transition or whatever. If there was a league like that, I'll be with it.
Oh hell yeah!
I'll show up. Shit, I'll be like, who doing what? I'll put the money on that boy.
Or girl, whatever.
I put of course. I mean, if that was a trend, you got to say boy.
Yeah.
So you can put the money on that boy. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yo, so before I actually came here, I actually looked up the first episode. I was telling him.
You looked up my first.
Yeah,
episode.
first episode. It's pretty.
See that?
Yo, I like the growth, man. Listen, when I come into something, man, I gotta know what I'm getting into.
Yeah. I know people do it.
Yeah,
people do it.
You know, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I saw a little bit of the last episode and stuff like that. You know, try to get a little feel of it. You know, obviously I'm over here like a choir boy, all
nah, it's all
nervous.
You're talking.
Nah, but I'm good. I'm here, man. I'm living.
You're doing fine.
But
you're doing great.
but a couple things that stuck out to me was what's harder, telling somebody you love them back or telling someone you don't love them at all. I thought that was a pretty dope thing. That was the first episode, man.
Damn, dude. I
I
might have different opinions.
Or the worst punishment. The worst punishment when you were a kid. You talked about the Bibles. That's really. Mine was kneeling in rice, bro. If you have a Puerto Rican mother, man, oh boy, dry rice, kneeling in dry rice in the corner.
Dry rice is a mother.
Try kneeling in that dry rice for dead ass 20.
Minutes.
Mine was
for real.
Mine was taking a cold shower and getting my ass beat by my uncle.
Oh, that is nothing.
That's nothing, man. I used to get my ass whipped all the time, but I started getting smarter and throwing on layers of clothes.
No, he got us right out the shower.
Oh, shit. Right out the shower.
Yeah, we were soaking wet, no towel, no nothing.
My mom used to.
Mind you, even though it was the worst beating, this is our fondest memory as my brothers.
You want to hear something?
It's the best memory we all share.
My mom made sure we was tough, right? In her little sadistic way sometimes. So we'll get out the shower. We would never know when it's happening. She's always hiding somewhere or something. So the idea was when you was outside, you you had your robe, because I had a robe at the time. You have your robe, you tight that bitch up tight. You know what I mean? And you want to beeline to your room because if Mom Dukes is around, she comes across your fucking back with the hawk hand, dude. And your back be soaking wet. She you just drop to your knees like mother.
I don't know if you know about I don't know if he knows about the chancleta, man. The boomerang, bro. You just get the
please.
No,
comes
actually,
back
we could share beating stories all day.
Sure,
but being Peruvian, there's something called a chicote, which is tree bark.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's old school, dog.
It was
old school.
My mother I think I cursed at her or something, and she burned me with a spoon.
Oh, that happened to my older brother 3 years ago.
I still got the mark. You know, today she'll probably be in federal prison or something. But
about 3 years ago, my mom did that to my brother.
Punishments were so different when we were young.
Standing in the fucking corner, standing in the corner will make you really think about life. As you're a little kid.
You ever hold
I'm in the corner, dog.
You ever hold wall sits?
The what?
A wall sit?
I had to do wall sits.
You basically had to sit against
Nah. I just had to
for a minute.
Stand in the corner of Neil and Rice.
Nah, dogs. No, I took.
My mom would pick the weirdest fucking corner too. Like it was not even like a real corner. It was like dude. It was.
I took the punishment.
I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
I'd rather get a beating than be in punishment.
Oh, you know what happened?
I would rather catch that ass whooping before I was on punishment.
I had a Harry Potter moment when I was a kid. I was thrown into a closet. That was my punishment.
Oh, I thought you were gonna start saying like you were fucking doing spells on your mom and shit.
The closet, no lie, was probably
Jesus.
This wide and this big, this deep. I had to be in that closet.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Wow. My father threw me into a wall.
You had to be in the closet, huh?
Yeah.
And now you're coming out.
Oh shit! I'm coming out.
You bro. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually got thrown into a wall by my pops. I don't think he meant to do it. He didn't like throw me, but he pushed me. And next thing you know, I come out of the wall like it is a big ass.
Let's just say, childhood was different.
It was back
when we was.
You know what? It was adventurous.
Man. Yeah, but those would make you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like. Those like
a lot of times I say the way we grew up, right? It prepped us for the times at that moment, right? Mm-hmm. So like we needed to be tough during those times. So we was raised tough because our parents knew that we needed to be tough, right? For sure. It's like instinctual. You don't even like care for it. Mm-hmm. Like any parent who really inner city parent, they kind of had to toughen up their kids because outside was super tough. Mm-hmm. You know, as I remember my mom telling me that once. She was like, "Yo, I'm gonna keep doing this." She was like, "You better act like." She's like, "What you gonna do if somebody hit you?" And so I mean, always say every time she hit, "Wow," she was like, "What you gonna do if somebody hit you?" Yeah. And I just suck it up and just keep walking because she was like, "You better not. Like I was just like, "You better."
What happened if one day you hit her back?
Nah, dude. I never had. No matter what me and my mother ever went through, I never had that in me. I could have never.
No. I just fucked the whole house out. Like just
I'll definitely and shit. I definitely start running my hand through walls.
Yeah, walls all day.
Headbutting the wall with some crazy.
Headbutt.
Like
oh shit! I wasn't headbutting.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you lose your mind.
Headbutting the shit. I feel you.
Whatever. Kick open the door or some shit. Whatever.
I'm kicking the door, waving the full.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I know who I am.
Yeah, I'm grown. Fuck this.
You know what I mean? But like I never I would never. I don't have that. I don't have that in me.
Yeah, not yet.
Not like with that. Like for me, growing up with a single mom, right? Yeah. Three brothers, the three of us, her raising us, and it sucked. I've seen someone raise his hand to his mom, right? Yeah. And my thing is like it pissed me so off. Mind you, I was already drunk and I was already high. What? This was the thing that sobered me up the fastest. I was at their house. He goes to raise his hand to his mom. And I get in between them. I'm like, we're not doing this. He's like, Jack, get out the way. I don't want to hit you. I'm like, this is not gonna happen. Mind you, this was when I was training a lot. So this is when I was peaking.
So you put him in the pretzel.
You so what happened stop was somebody from hitting their
So
mother?
What I did was I hip tossed him, and it was a picture perfect hip toss. I'm told from someone watching it where my feet were off the ground and he was completely like all our weight went onto his ribs.
Was this before the 10,000 calorie intake a day?
This was in the midst of it where I started really growing.
You was getting your gains.
I was training a lot, and my thing is like I remember the hip toss. After that, I blacked out. I come to, and my fist is literally above my head, about to just start pounding on his face even more. Damn. And they tell me stop. I'm like, I gotta walk away.
You can't watch somebody hit their mom. That's weird.
That's why like I couldn't do that. I've never sobered up so quickly.
But you know. No, I don't think there's any reason to hit your mother, is there? Unless like she's unless like she's like the connection with your mother is different.
Even if it's fucked up, it's still your mother. She birthed you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
It would have to be some real sadistic things that she's into that really F me up.
You know what? The only way I would
even think about that.
Yeah, but like Eminem's mother, he didn't even. I don't think he beat his mother. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that was a fucked up situation. You know what I'm saying?
The only way I would say somebody wouldn't, I'm not justified, but it'd be like somewhat justified about it is if you read the book A Child Called It.
No, I haven't.
Right, it was about a kid who was abused.
I don't see it still. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no
burn
reason.
that motherfucker.
I can't
burn
fuck
that
with
shit.
that guy.
No, what happened was
the
child was his hands were put on above the stove. His hands were burned at one.
Oh,
in one part of the
yeah.
book.
See, like, that's
I got burned by a spoon.
No, but that's like
I didn't
more
hit my mother.
But it's like sadistic, like someone's holding your hands over fire.
that's
like that.
yeah,
Like, we're talking about
wild.
sadistic. That's
a little wild.
That's probably like, don't you? Just reminding you.
I wouldn't say beat her. You probably give her a hip toss, like
hip toss and just run and never go.
or get back. You know,
Hit with the Heisman and shit. Nah, I think
I think at that point you would run.
See me, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
no. I couldn't do it. I can't even talk to that person.
Yeah.
Like, I can't talk to that person.
Yeah.
I'm like, me and you can't be friends.
No, but even now, like my mom, whatever she has, like even if I back talk, like being at 27, if I back talk, she'll throw whatever she has in her hand. Like even if I'm right, I'm like, no, Ma, you're wrong. This is how it is. She's like, bang. I'm like,
right.
I'm like, all right.
No, this is what it is. Shut up. All right, you're right. You got it.
Yeah, I'm good with my mom now. we're all right. She's toughened me up for sure. For sure. I've heard it all from her.
Yeah. Daddy in life?
Oh yeah, for sure. My father's in my life, they were separated, I come from a broken family. But he's more of a that's kind of on me that I don't go to see him and stuff like that. That's my doing. I see him here and there, but should I see him, more? Yeah, of course. But I love my father. My father always been one in my ear, positivity. You know what I'm saying? My mom was the tough one. My father was like, you could do anything that you put your mind to.
Right,
I believe in you, son. Even when I would fuck up, dude, like, he's always been there. Yeah, I would just live with my mother. So I lived with him too. I was going through my tough times with him, me and him bouncing from, place to place and shit like that. So I've struggled with my father as well, so he's a great man. Nothing. I thank God my parents weren't like drug addicts or anything like that. I just was a little rebel,
Yeah.
Did whatever, smoked my little weed and shit like that. But, it happens, you guys are parents. So I don't have any children, but, I'm sure you guys know.
Like for me, like my father wasn't in my life for much. Right.
Yeah.
And I've started, I'm pretty sure I told this before. Like he would tell me on my birthday, he'll come pick me up. 5-6 year old just waiting outside, never happens. 13th birthday, he's thrown a gun at me and said happy birthday after pistol whipping my stepmom.
Damn.
And this is the childhood I grew up with. And when I tell people this, they're like, how?
Gun?
Nah, unfortunately, I should. At the time, I didn't know much.
I was seeing my dad like, was it a revolver? Or was it
No, it was a Glock.
It's a Glock.
Yeah.
Yo, Dad, I'm talking to you about something.
Right? No, my stepmom took it right away.
Don't shoot it.
No, but what happened was, and he eventually got deported, right? But occasionally I get a message from him. And when I say, like, I need the negative reinforcement to help me is because I remember all this. I'm like, I cannot become like him at the time.
He's telling me something about that he needs. He's so surrounded by people that love. He wants people that are negative in his life. I was like, wait.
The reason
how does that
why,
make sense?
The fuck we talking?
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, why are you in my life if you have nothing good to offer me? Why are you around me? Because then that shit starts to rub. Like that shit starts to rub off.
No, this is why I explain to people when they look at me and when I say that is because the reason why I want it is because if I can change their negativity, I'm happy because they won't affect me.
You want to fix people?
Sort of.
You can't fix people, man.
Fix people?
You can fix people.
Nah, you can't.
Can't, yo.
They have to fix themselves, brother.
But they need that hand.
You ever been to them?
I respect what you're saying and I understand it, but unfortunately, in the world that we live in now, in society and social media and all this shit, everybody's worried about what the other person's doing instead of worrying about themselves. Personally, I don't want no negativity around me. I've had it my whole fucking life.
Yeah. Well, this is where I tell you I have the problem of still being too nice.
Listen, it's always love on my end. If you didn't personally attack me, do something crazy, but if you did me dirty, whatever, I let it rock because I forgive. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Do what you did. I'll move on with my life. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? If you see me down the road, I'm always gonna try to win, bro. Regardless if you're in my life or not. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is just what it is, man. I don't want no negativity around me. Keep that shit away from me, bro. I've had that shit my whole life.
The
Fuck
thing,
that.
like for me, is, and the reason
but
why
I respect
say
what you're saying, bro. I got an open mind, so I understand what you're saying.
But another way, like you gave me the compliment of me getting bigger finally, right?
When people when I came out, I was like, damn.
When people gave me too much, like when people gave me way too much of that compliment, I stopped going to the gym. Like nobody would tell me like, hey, you need to work on it.
Well, and it's because then you have people like me who tell you the truth where you suck.
That's when my brother plays that part. My brother plays that part.
No, hey,
I love that shit.
Hey, sir, you suck. Okay?
There ain't no love like your brother.
You ain't never gonna get as big as us.
I'm not trying to get as big as you.
No. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I can get shoulders.
It's all right.
I can get shoulders.
Oh, you got one muscle?
That's fine.
Let's go.
And calves.
Yeah,
cute.
Listen, man, keep
cute.
doing what you're doing, bro.
Too.
Listen, there's motherfuckers that are not even in the gym.
What happened?
There's motherfuckers not even in the gym.
Oh yeah, no. But you see the camaraderie that we're having here.
Yeah.
It's
that's good though.
words.
You need that too, because like I said, my brother's like that. That motherfucker won't not give me no credit. He's my toughest critic, but he loves me.
No, and that's what.
But I see it like that. You know, my brother would throw and he'll keep it real with me. Your chest is growing now, but you still fat as shit or whatever. You know, shit like that. You know, that's brother love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I understand what's going on right now. That's pretty dope.
This is the way people see us is like maybe 1/10 of what we are when we're in the dojo or at the gym. Yeah. Like the reason why
he's telling me you guys train together and shit like that. That's cool,
that's how we met. This is why like we've literally brought each other to the brink of death with choking each other out.
Oh shit!
And it's because
we did that a few times. We did a private session. We just came in and we just went nuts for a few hours.
And
that's the difference between men and women. You could fuck each other up and be like, hey, let's go grab a fucking drink after, bro.
It's something about not to jump on top of your story, but like it's something about men being able to let go of that primal ass feeling and then come to terms afterwards, because there's like nothing else in the way. We're really on some monkey shit. Like we really do be on some monkey shit, and I feel like this whole social media thing is gonna get in the way of us being on some monkey shit, because then people hold like problems for long extended time. Indeed. Remember, it was used to like, if I seen you and we had an issue, we settle that issue. Like if I seen you, it's go time. Like unless you was with your family. I think there's a little code. Like if you wasn't with your family, if you was with your family, you'd be like, yo.
It's crazy, bro.
Saying, but
stories like that, like you could actually have something good come out of a shitty situation. Dude, my coworker, bro, me and him, not to cut you off, but we didn't fucking like each other at all, bro. And I ended up moving out of my apartment. I ended up moving in with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just to get on my feet and shit like that. But who would have thought? Right. Somebody that you didn't fuck with at all, and then you started. Just one little conversation about family or something like that changed the whole narrative. And now you consider them like,
they see you gotta let it out sometimes.
You
gotta let it go. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like if we have issues, we have issues.
Yeah, I want to talk about shit.
That's why I know we talk about, this is just for the people out there, I know we talk about like the gym and training a lot on the show. It's just that's our out. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like that's part of the escape for us. For sure. You know what I'm saying? It's not
more mental too, man. When you're in the gym, I know you know about that shit too, bro.
But you can't concentrate on anything else. Yeah. See, you're doing like when I play around with your shoulders, if you're doing presses, like the moment you don't pay attention to it and you're not focused on it, you go back too far, there goes your shoulders. You're doing lat pull down, you're doing wide grip pull down. Like if you're not focusing on these, you're gonna hurt yourself. And that's what I like about the gym, or even when we train jiu-jitsu. You're focusing on that, you're zoned in on that. The moment you're not, you turn one way, there goes your elbow, there goes your knee.
Men need to work, and I know that sound, it doesn't matter how the work comes. Okay, it doesn't matter if the work comes from I don't know, sitting in front of a computer, whatever. Yeah, men need to be doing something. I've watched. I used to be a CNA, and I've watched guys and how they are, and they tell me stories about what they used to do. Yeah, man, this didn't start happening until like a few years ago. I broke such and such ankle, and then all of a sudden my hip went out because they stopped working. They no longer was active anymore. Once you take active out of a man's life, something happens. Like the body just starts to wilt. It don't want to do it anymore. It doesn't want to. It's just like, oh, we gave up. Let's finish. How many times have you seen an older person, elderly person who's working? I have a
that don't want to stop working.
My wife's grandmother right now, 70 years old, still working, moving, good, climbing, everything.
Yeah.
Right? Because she doesn't want to stop. She don't want to stop moving. I think once you stop moving, you stop progressing. And that's it.
No,
I said, your body's constantly fighting, I don't know, everything.
But you also have to invest in yourself and your body too.
Yeah,
and that's why I really the fitness stuff.
Yeah, they're bringing it back full circle.
Yeah.
That's why fitness things are so important to us. Is because yeah, we do all this X, Y, Z, but if we don't get that, we don't get it out. You know what I mean? If we don't work or something like that, we're gonna feel like shit.
Yeah.
And we know that. Me personally, I've controlled the way I view people and how I see the world was found and controlled during my training. Because after my training, I was a little bit more reasonable. Like there wasn't a lot of pride in the way anymore.
Yeah. Well, when you're working out and stuff, I kind of let that pride go.
Yeah, I could kind of zone out. Like I could single
it
in.
On yourself, man.
Yes,
you know, some people that just come to the gym for January or whatever, New Year's resolution, and not to knock those, because not for nothing, you got to start somewhere. It's just consistency. You got to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I'm saying though, like, you got to let that ego shit go, man, because you're working on yourself. I live with guys that are fucking putting up 5 plates, 4 plates on the. I'm like, I ain't doing that shit. I would love to get there, you know what I'm saying, but you got to work. And there's also times that you go in the gym and you're like, yeah, my boy Mike, my boy Darren, man.
That's a strong motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, yo. And there's times that you're in the gym, you're like, why the fuck am I here? I saw a video on your Instagram. You was like running or some shit. You was in the park. You're like, man, this shit's fucking. I don't know why the fuck I'm doing this shit, but you could tell that you enjoyed it because. That feeling of afterwards, like, yo, I put in the fucking work, man.
Yeah,
I put
man.
in the work,
yeah,
bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo,
there's no feeling like that.
Yo, it's something. It's great. Like you work, you start working out, you see your body progress. You start to progress in other ways too. Like you're stronger here. You got more energy now.
Yeah.
You looking better. You know what I'm saying?
Your confidence is raising.
Your confidence raising. Yeah. All you had to do is stress yourself out for a little bit of time out of your day. Just stress your body out.
I'm sore all the fucking time. I don't know about you.
But you also work on your recovery.
Work on your recovery.
If you're
rest is important.
You're doing a lot of heavy benching.
So
Are you wearing pads?
I'm focusing. So I was wearing pads and stuff like that. A little the ego came in. You know, I stopped wearing my gloves and shit like that for my wrist or whatever. But I'm actually gonna start going back because you know you get little kinks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily sore, because once you work out and you beat up your muscle a lot, it doesn't not necessarily. I mean, it gets sore. You're always gonna be sore because if you're not sore, you're not putting in the work.
See, me personally, because I fight for so long, I don't play games with things going over my head anymore. Yeah, like my ego came in, and I did. At the time, I had a couple good shoulders, but my ego came in, and I was going heavy on some shoulder presses. Yeah. Fuck my whole left shoulder.
And that's the thing, though. You fuck your shit up, you're done.
Yeah, you even.
For a couple
to
months.
Me personally, like I'm like, you know, like my body just kicks in whatever endorphins or whatever, and I ain't feel it till like probably like an hour later after training, and then I'm like, oh shit, and then I already knew I fucked something up. I fucked something up. No, but definitely. So now anything over my head, I'm
trying to even stretch, man. Even stretch before stretching. And after too. That's important, bro. Like, you know. But going back to what I was saying, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead, do your thing, man.
I actually been training differently now. Like more, I was putting up the weight with my guys and shit like that. You know, trying to lift heavy and shit. But now I'm more contracting the muscle. Yeah. You know, that mind muscle connection. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you could tell you put in the work.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Both of y'all too, man. You know, y'all ain't looking like no slash out here, man.
You don't want dropping what 50 pounds in 4 months, dog. Just go, boy.
I'm telling you right now. Go get the surgery to take the fat out and just put it on me.
Bro,
I need that. I need that weight.
Yo, I was so fat, bro. I got my little stretch marks on my stomach, man. But you know what?
Dude, the stretch marks
Listen, I love that shit. War marks,
that's
what I'm saying. I've been through it. I love that shit.
That's the roadmap of war, B.
For sure, man. To see where you was at.
You know what though? I'm kind of glad hearing you dropping that weight, and then like you're on the progression of losing it. Yeah. I'm on the progression going up, so similar boats. And there's been times where I've seen him blow up to like I think it was 217 or 220 was your heaviest.
I got the 225 the heaviest.
225 his heaviest, and I told him ideally walking around at 197, biggest he's been. He was bigger than at 225, right?
He was looking kind of stocky in that first episode.
But the thing is, like,
I was driving a lot during that time, so I was eating them also on the road.
We also what's it called? And the time going back to when him and I, we just went all balls to the wall with jiu-jitsu and rolling and just even MMA sparring. He was training for a fight, and that's when I was competing a lot. So we helped each other out. He needed help with the jiu-jitsu, and then I needed the endurance training. The only person to keep up with me at the time. Yeah. And this was I was glad because and that's what made me stop.
I'll outbang somebody in endurance.
Yeah, my guys at the gym, man, yo, if you get good, solid people that been there, you know what I'm saying? My guy Shane, Mike, Darren. Yo,
how did you find these guys? These guys are
so I work with Mike. He does fire safety for my building, and yo, one day he was like, yo, just come through, this and that. We was just shooting the shit. Yo, now, bro, I take fucking, I'm so close with him. I take naps before the gym because
I saw on the gram.
Yeah, you know, I'll be posting his kid and shit like that. Yo, you know what I'm saying? But yo, good peoples. You know good people when you meet good people. I quit on him so many fucking times, bro. I've been a member at that gym. I go to 3-4 gyms now, but I go to Retro in the morning or whatever, and at night if I'm not around or whatever, I go to Golds, go to 24 as well. But so he introduced me to the gym, but I quit on him so many times, man. He'll call me right after work, oh, we out, and I'm like, nah, I'm not feeling it today. But I actually been consistent. He's been in the gym, bro. When I tell you skinny and did not take no fucking roids, bro, skinny, bro, and just ate so much fucking probably 20,000 calories like this fucking guy, man. But yo, so I met him, and then boom, you start meeting people at the gym. Got introduced to my boy Shane, my boy Darren, all that. Shane, he's on another level, man. That dude, you probably see him the skinnier guy. You know, he's not skinny. He's fucking he's cut. No, for sure, man. Come through. You know what I'm saying? You said you're a personal trainer. He's a personal trainer. His brand is a BAM Fit. You know, by any means necessary. That's pretty dope concept. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, he pushes me to the limit, bro. All my guys push me to the limit, but when I work out with my boy Shane, bro, I'm telling you, yo, I'm doing crazy shit. You see my post, bro. I'm at this point that I don't give a fuck. I'm just posting it for myself in the archives, and then you get all. My brother called me a tool the other day. I'm like, damn, motherfucker. But this is going back to the brotherly love. He don't want to give me love. Yeah. Bro, I'm over here fucking doing the craziest shit. I'll show you videos after this shit, man. You be like, holy fuck, what the fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker?
Yeah, why would you do push-up with 3 plates on your back?
Why would you?
And then he does. Then takes off 2.
But why not?
Like
why not? Why not?
Bro,
I was fucking doing leg presses, fucking doing chest presses at the same fucking time.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I'm like, what the fuck is this? But
it's fun.
But that's the thing, though. You got to make it fun, because if not, you're gonna quit. You reach that point at the gym, you're like, I don't want to do this shit no more. Yeah. I don't want to do this shit no more. So you feed your fucking mind and start.
That's what helped me out. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're good, bro.
For me, every week, I would always just keep it simple, 4 sets, 12 every time. And what I would do, I made the game in my head. I'm like, if I can move up a plate on every time, then I'm glad. Yeah. I was done with the leg press. I almost hurt myself, but I just jumped up 90 pounds every time. Yeah. I don't know why, but I'll just do it. And then with the back and legs are my 2 favorite workouts. With back, I would constantly just move up the plate. And then I noticed,
chest all day, man. I had a bird chest. I'm getting a little, my shit a little dancing now. You know what I'm saying?
I can't get the chest no matter how hard I try. Right? Yeah. I tried hard.
I'm trying to get my buys in, bro. I ain't got no buys, man. I got all tries over here, man.
Right, word up. I'm with you on that one. Shit, I got more tries than buys, too.
I'm trying to get the fat off this shit. But go ahead.
All right, but no, so I made it the game, and then I realized once I started going to above my weight, I noticed I was cheating. I started jerking more. I'm like, that's not how I can do it.
It's all about form too, man.
So then I'm like, I had to fix myself.
I know you know that as a personal trainer.
I had to fix myself.
Form is everything.
So what I decided to do is I was like, all right, you know what? Now I'm doing 200 on the wide grip pull downs. I'm like, let me drop that back down to 120. That's where the
ego comes in. You gotta be smart with your shit.
When you get later on in, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I went to the 120, and then I'm like, all right, I can do this fairly easy. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do 10 seconds down, 10 seconds up. And I realized I'm like, all right, now that I'm focusing on this, I'm getting more out of it, and this is why I spend so much time. I'm like, each rep is about 20 seconds long, and when people see me like, why are you doing it that low? I'm like, and especially if they're friends, I'm like, you do it.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, then you fucking do it, motherfucker. You got all these critiques and these people that don't listen. I just got into this, started getting serious into this fitness shit. Mm-hmm. I'm always willing to learn, bro. Yeah. Always willing to learn new shit. Like, I saw the kickboxing shit, the jiu-jitsu. I'm like, yo, that would be fucking dope. I've always wanted to take a boxing and stuff like that, man. That's pretty dope that you guys do that shit. I'm with it, man. I'm down. I'm
you know, something there. We even
self-imposed.
We'll like, do like a little after show once you finish.
I'm down, bro. Do some little fucking push-ups over here and shit.
We'll do a little after
show.
You're
so you say you moved back to the building that you lived in high school?
I'm back with my mother right now.
Because like I said, you can literally go down to Main Street, make that left, and you'll see us.
We'll link, bro. My brother got deployed and shit like that. Shout out to my brother. So
shout out to your brother,
man. Yeah. So I'm back home. Trying to help mom a little bit, save some bread. I'm starting to realize that now you gotta really stack. You know what I'm saying? And I got my little 401k and shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, man. I don't give a fuck what people say anymore. They talk about, you gotta be out of your house by 30. Shit like. Listen, I don't depend on my mother
helping
like that.
Your mom.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you can't worry about what other people think.
No, for sure, man. But I know I'm going to get to where I'm going to get, and I'm going to break bread.
The reason you're there is for a good reason.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
it's not like, I know what people go.
People be like, afraid, I'm back on my mother.
But you and I.
But I moved out, so let's just make that clear. I moved out.
But it doesn't matter why you was there or not. If you was there for your mother, you was there for your mother.
For sure.
Okay?
No, the way I see it is when, like, I had the mentality at a certain time you should be out of your house. I had it. And then I realized after getting my house, after getting, like me and my brother bought the house, started my family, I realized I could have stayed home and made more money. I could have helped out my mom and made more.
That's a big
but that was my goal. My goal by the time I was 24, own a house.
I want to do it right this time, though. I being on my own, living on you, besides the whole homeless shit, whatever, when you actually have bills and shit like that and you got to do groceries and fucking cable bill and home bill, like, it teaches you certain shit. So, I took shit that I learned from that, and then I will apply it eventually.
You need to learn those things because
for sure.
Those things needed to happen. Because if you would have went about it by yourself, like you originally planned, you would have fucked it up.
Yep.
But now you learn lessons.
Yep.
And now you take those lessons, you go forward.
For sure, man.
Yeah, sometimes lessons come in years. Like sometimes it's not just one day or sometimes a lesson could your lesson you could be learning a lesson for a few years. And then finally you're
takes
like,
that one
fucking I ain't supposed to be doing this shit no more. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's where my faith comes in strong, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the most religious person or whatever the case may be. I fuck up, I'm a sinner or whatever. I believe in God, obviously, whatever, but to each his own. People call it Buddha, fucking universe, whatever. I don't get into that whole religious talk, but definitely, bro. Definitely ain't living right when you not have that in your life and then when you put it in your life, bro.
That's what religion really was about. It's about just trying to keep.
I don't agree with the war over religion and shit like that. That shit is dumb.
But the whole idea, the blueprint behind religion was always about just trying to live right.
Yeah.
All right. It's a blueprint. Yeah. It's not.
And I go to church and shit like that. But I don't go to church to be like, oh my God, I'm a fucking choir boy. No, I go there to listen, bro. Listen. You be surprised some of the messages that I've received when I had a shitty fucking day. And I go there, wake my ass up. You know what it is to wake up in the fucking morning early as hell after when I used to turn up and wake up and go to the church and be like, yo, listen, bro, I've had tears in my eyes.
Dude, but isn't there but there's also something to it where it's like, you went there and was looking to be inspired. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And you just so happened to, because you're looking to be inspired, you heard something inspirational that you needed to hear. Yeah, so there's something to that too. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? But it is, like you said earlier, it's about taking yourself out of the negative spaces, put yourself in a positive space, and being able to allow your brain to inspire, to allow your brain to be open enough to be inspired by something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And also even give that out. I post a lot. I don't give a fuck. I used to care. Sometimes I'll do a little too much. You follow me, so you already know. But most of my shit is positive shit, bro. Listen, I said if I could touch one person a day, one person's soul a day, that's it. I'm good. Oh, okay. I'm good.
Gotta say so loud.
Yeah. Not touch people. I'm not trying to touch people out here. Touch people's soul, motherfucker. Yeah, man. Bro. That's what I'm saying. Like that's all I'm about, man.
No, but I'm sorry for interrupting. Good, one thing I like about your gram is not only that you're posting up to try to inspire people, but you're posting up things that inspire you as well.
Yeah, for myself. I do that shit for myself, brother. We saw that's what I do. My archives. They don't even know about the archives, man. But go ahead.
There was like the one video that you posted up. I think the kid's name was Smiles. Has cerebral palsy, I believe, but he did the deadlift.
Yo,
that right away.
That
the same thing.
Fire, bro. I love that shit.
So it was something like that. Like
self-imposed limits. Fuck that shit.
When I tell
Fuck
people, when people ask,
inspirational shit.
when people ask me or when people ask me like, what is it that drives you? Is my thing is seeing other people's success.
Oh yeah, all day, man. Listen, I'll never watch another man's plate, but I always be like, yo, I could get there too, or I could go above and beyond. Cause they say they always want to see you winning, but not better than bro. That's bullshit, man. If we're in our own lanes, bro, fuck that. Do what you gotta do, motherfucker. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Yeah. I'm not watching your plate to be like, yeah, I hope you do good, but not better than me. What the fuck is that? No.
My thing
what the fuck is that? I never understood that.
I try to surround myself with people, and I know he's similar, and I know I use that as fuel to help myself better too. For sure. I'm like, if I can get you by helping you out, like in jiu-jitsu, by fixing your technique by one step. Yeah. Right, and I see you getting better, and now you're able to submit me with that move I just taught you. Now I have to help do the friendly competition, and the reason why I put air quotes on the friendly competition is because him and I will push each other, and there's times where one of us get hurt. One of us, one where gets
y'all fucking each other up like that, man. No. Damn, bro, you're supposed to be training.
What we'll do is we'll laugh a little.
You didn't let me talk enough on the podcast, motherfucker.
That's why I think that's why he hurt me. No, but no. So what happens is, we'll get hurt, and we'll laugh at each other. We'll make fun of each other, but we'll also be right there, be like, all right, your arms hurt, do this to help you. Your shoulders hurt, do this to help you. Your legs hurt, do this to help you. Yeah. So we'll pull it back a notch, but he'll still attack that arm.
That happened one time, yo.
That's definitely on some personal.
That was so many years ago.
What you tell me? What?
I bother him all the time
before the podcast, and all
I bother him
friends
for this.
And all close
but
friends.
No, it was good because it showed his true nature. He's an asshole. No, but at the same time,
I was also getting ready for a big fight. And I did win that fight really fast.
You see, you're welcome.
And
there you go. Look at that. Look, you didn't even realize
some came out of it.
Exactly. I love that shit, man. I love hearing that shit.
We're gonna have to go ahead and start closing this out.
Is it already? Remarks? Oh damn, it's already done.
Yeah, I told you, dog.
Flies. Yeah, for sure, man.
It's a fucking vortex.
Yo, episode 99. You're ready.
Yo, we at episode 99.
Yeah.
Oh, we got episode 100 coming. We're gonna do something. I'm gonna announce it later. For tomorrow, I'm gonna do something. We out of this bitch. Say goodbye.
I'm out of here, man. Yes, sir.
This shit off, man. I'm dropping.
Yo, that was good shit, yo.
Yeah, man.